accuses you of being a bad man or like a cruel man or something, and your response is,
I'm a rich
"I am a
man."
good man," then you are
What,
clearly
exactly like
some
that?
corrupt.
Like a
Yeah, well,
robot?
I'm a good man. Nothing but like a fucking 80s politician would say that. So, and I'm pretty sure all of them were definitely bad men, right? So, I
An
think
80s politician.
if you ever have to like defend yourself, if you end up saying I'm a good man, then you're not. You've lost. Game over, bud. Uh,
Wow.
and yeah,
Are you opinionated about good men?
I'm opinionated that no man that calls himself a good man is a good man.
Really? None. It's not possible. You don't think?
Well, I think in defense of themselves, which is normally when that would spur on. Like you wouldn't just kind of. I mean, if you did start a conversation with "I'm a good man," that you're immediately
know
going to
that.
likely.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's how you introduce yourself. So it's, hello, my name's. I'm a good man. That's what you need to know about me.
Yeah, introduction. Then obviously you're a bit of a self-entitled prickhead.
Prickhead.
In defense, then you're definitely not a good man. If like you're about to tell a story and you're like, I'm a good man, and then you proceed to tell a story, likely the story will make it so you're not that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm a good man could even at any point in time could be actually like put you in a good light and mean that you are a good person. Like it's just not. It's not the kind of words that an actual decent person would say.
Yeah, I think maybe you're onto something.
Thank you.
That's
And
all I'll give
welcome
you.
to
Wow.
You
don't normally do that.
live stream.
Welcome to a Barrel
no.
Vision live stream.
We are live, and if you just heard me and you're not here live, then you are not live. You are not alive.
Oh, good gracious balls of greatness.
You need to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
You know what?
Wake up.
I think I'd rather do this one. Who needs money?
Mission selected.
Not
Sherry
us.
awaits, gentlemen. Move out.
Do you?
I'm not in any dire need of
Or
it.
do you? Or do you don't? Or do you don't?
The only thing I need is enor pearls. Otherwise, yeah.
Eat all pearls.
Yeah. Oh no, I actually don't even need enor pearls. I don't know how.
Whoa.
But, I mean, it's only 500, but that'll do me by the time I need the promotion.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I agree.
I'm so glad you agree, Harry.
I'm not. I wish I didn't agree.
I'm so sad that you think that.
Holy shit.
I don't know.
What in fuck's name? What in fuck?
What in shit and fuck's name?
What in goddamn
What in
higgity
poop and
ding
farting
dong?
name?
Poop and farting.
Poop and farting. My
Start
name
the
is
poop and
Baron
farting.
von Poop and Farting,
Yeah.
and I'm a good man.
And I have the balls.
Yeah. So
Poop and
I
fart.
guess we'll start playing, and then we'll see what happens.
We'll see where this goes.
Like if you just, this is going to be a quasi podcast since we didn't do one.
Is
but
it?
also these streams either end up being us just sitting there in silence or us basically doing a podcast.
I feel like we've managed to avoid the silence.
For a little while.
Let's change
yeah.
that. Let's change that.
Yeah, no.
It's
I'm
just-
going to make an active effort to make up for
You
the
think
lack
that
of
will go
podcast.
well?
No, but I don't think it has to go.
You know
well,
what I'm
since
gonna
we're
do?
live.
I'm going to use armor break module on the lock one. No, I'm not actually.
I
What
was
is it?
gonna do that, but then I was like, why would I do that? And then my engineer promoted, so
And then I'm
"Oh,
like-
no, I definitely.
And
don't
then
have
I'm
to do
like,
that."
oh no, I'm scared. Help.
Yeah, help! There's a being in the corner.
Ah.
Help!
Oh, that's friendly.
He's smiling.
Right, Plastic Catalyst, my baby. I haven't used it in so long. Hello, viewers. Hello. We're going to talk about
What are we gonna talk about? Here?
I don't know,
Maybe you
Christmas.
comment something.
Oh yeah, sure.
If
Any
you want us to
questions
talk
that you have about? Any questions you have about Rock
Yeah,
Deep?
and anything you want to hear our opinions on. Any opinions you want to get out your chest.
So there's a
and,
weird. Obviously, we didn't do a podcast yesterday, and we're not doing one this week. I guess. Sorry about that. And that's it. I've got nothing else.
Yeah. No defense either, because we could, but we've elected to not.
Well, there's a few reasons why I'm very, very, very okay with that, and I'm realizing just now that I'm in a mental state where I don't feel capable of playing the game or talking. I'm doing either of those things alone or together. Which means.
Could you please hurry up? We're leaving!
Sequence initiating. Fasten your
Hold on.
seatbelt.
What the fuck is Plastic Catalyst going to do against rock bombs?
I don't know. I was, because I mentioned I'm playing engineer.
Epiphany.
Because I have a fucking build that I just enjoy. It's just summoners build. You know, shredders, Steve, turrets, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you
and
choose
it's
to
like,
bring turrets.
yeah, but and that's pretty fun. But then I kind of realised that it's. I mean, right, shredders are fine against rockbox. Not the most efficient in the world, but they'll do. Turrets, on the other hand, I don't think they go for the weak points, do they? Which
I'm really not ready for this.
they might eventually hit them, but they'll waste so many bullets just shooting the thing normally, and it becomes a bit of a thing of like. I'd rather not have a turret out, which I know is like an actual choice.
Missile mining mission. Deposit your
Oh,
closing
yeah, obviously I'm not a fan of
to get you
Overclocks,
out. Good
but
luck.
I do think that there should be a, like, I don't know, like a weak point only upgrade. Something like that.
Honestly,
The-
that's
the-
what Hawkeye system
the
should
turret-
be, because it needs buffing anyway.
The
You know?
turret only shoots a weak point, which I think, you
So
know,
Hawkeye system
it
does
could
less
end up.
damage, so it should aim for weak points and do like weak point bonus. But
Yeah,
looted.
maybe. And I think that would, I don't know, because it would end up being just generally more ammo efficient, but also less reliable though. Like maybe it wouldn't go for anything that doesn't have an apparent weak point, something like that. That would be a bit of a, maybe that would be a bit too much, but.
I think maybe more reason probably just avoids armor. That's what sucks. Just because it just like oppresses Dreadnought shooting at thinking.
Yeah.
Not that he can think. Stupid little robot.
Lighting
Would you call it a robot?
The Sentry,
I think it technically is.
does it have an AI? Or I guess
made a
what's.
platform.
Yeah.
Well, it can
is
it doesn't
is
just
any
target any life form. It's clearly got some kind of algorithm.
targeting system doesn't inherently mean that it's.
But it understands
Wait, what were you thinking
difference between dwarves and anything that isn't a dwarf.
Are we arguing whether or not it's an AI?
I don't know, because I don't think we know the I certainly don't have a good enough
I
grasp on
don't
the
think it
definitions.
has. Well, you wouldn't call a phone an AI, would you? That it's just normal.
Oh,
but
it's not
just
a
what
robot,
you tell it to.
is it? Yeah, but it's not automatic. The turret is automated. What's that?
Yeah, no, the turret's
Bunch of
definitely a
lizardfish
robot, but I
meteor
don't think it has
fragments are
AI.
coming your way.
Oh,
Stay
that's-
mobile.
It's
Try not
fine.
to die.
They've improved. I mean, I don't think we've got the patch yet, but they've improved.
Shit.
things. I know when they come through the ceiling, but it doesn't. They don't actually make the hole way down.
Oh shit, fuck. Oh shit, fuck.
Oh, the enemies.
Yeah, I got hit by a meteor.
Oh. Ow.
Well, I
I
was
know how, but
digging
how?
through the dirt, and then I turned around, and then there was a meteorite on my way out, so I
Gotta wait
couldn't
for the
leave
recharge.
without getting hit by a meteorite. And what I didn't know that there was another one
Wait, it's
in
gonna
the
be
area
down.
where I was stuck in.
Come on,
And,
open up,
yeah.
buddy.
I'll give this a play. Oh, I actually didn't know. Have you actually got more than one yet?
Yeah, I've gotten 2 at one point. I did get 2. That was pretty exciting. It's really cool though, because they don't override. Obviously, they don't override meteorites. And I did get the fated 2 meteorites plus mini shower.
Right.
Although I guess there's also the fated 3rd meteorite, which we still don't really know if it's real or not.
minecart on legs. Where is it?
Someone claims
We
to
not
have gotten
know.
one, but
Right.
no one else has, and it's just a bit sus.
Hey, so sicker! And here I just polish my boots.
guy design.
It's getting into all nooks and crannies.
Just mine it, please.
Why not?
There we go. My incompetent ass couldn't get that rid of.
My fruity ass could not. Speaking of fruity, Daniel Craig is a bit fruity.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, and I'm here for it.
I think Daniel Craig is probably gay.
Move your tin
Well,
ass
he's got the
over
voice.
here and hurry, please.
But he's married to a woman.
That's never stopped other people.
No. I mean, his character in Knives Out is gay. Benoit Blanc, the Southern detective.
The one or the other one?
Oh, well, same character.
Oh, what, is he in the two of them?
Contact.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Went 6, though. 12.
What?
A lot of aliens
Of the
heading
Knives
away.
Out movies. He's the
Wait,
detective.
I
What are
was
you thinking
thinking
about?
of someone else.
Chris Evans?
Who's the person you talk about?
Daniel Craig.
No, Daniel Craig. Yeah, I thought you were on about Harry Potter.
Swallow this.
Combat
Oh!
positions. The swarm is here.
They got the same name, or am I
Daniel
dumb?
Radcliffe.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no one's surprised.
Your friend.
Watch yourself. Heavy
Rock
explosions.
and roll.
Yes, I was running away.
I'm the dance
In this
commander.
build,
The Troy Reload has gotten a lot like over animation.
it's just
Sentry's done.
really
Go get him, boy.
good.
Admin engine.
That will teach you.
Right, this guy. Yeah, this is a build where I use friendly, perk, and moves.
Platform.
What's that all about? Very unlikely. To do those things.
We are free.
So, what is your go-to then, really?
Perk?
If there's like unlikely, just like everything. What do you think is your most carry build?
The most carry build.
Or
Probably
the thing that you
one of my
use the most, or the thing that you would want to use the most?
my gunner build where it's I use exhaust vectoring on the minigun and ultramagnetic coils on the coil gun, and it's just universal. It's not like ridiculous amounts of DPS, but it's just good in every situation. It's a bit similar to my go-to engineer build, which is just a shotgun with something good on it, and then volatile impact reactor, so magma, lava, card diffractor, because that overclocks on purpose.
Right. It's basically just anything where you can do a solid amount of literally everything.
The most carry builds are the ones that really are useful in every situation.
One sentry gun.
Ones I
ready to be built.
perfected to be like, I can take this into any mission, any music, and it's like, it will work out.
That
I was sort of getting there with my driller. Surprisingly, it is the blistering necrosis guy.
Now you're just trying to figure out the primary.
No, Sergeant Pump with volatile impact mixture. Pretty simple. Anyway, back to Dan Craig being a bit fruity.
one platform ready to use.
Obviously, his character in Knives Out is
Sensor gun needs
gay.
assembling.
Reloading.
He goes to gay bars. He goes to. Apparently, he said a while ago that they're two like.
Fruity at the right time.
Yes. Apparently, he said. Apparently, one time he said that like normal bars was too like masculine or something, and that gay bars are actually a really great way to meet women. I
mean, he's probably not wrong though, is he? Realistically.
Also, James
Imagine-
Bond is bisexual.
Platform up.
Or he's had to have. There's an implication in Skyfall that he's had
Light is
he's
up.
had sex with a man, but it was like like a mission thing, really like seduction. Yes,
I was born ready.
which is pretty interesting. Look at this massive vein of mortar.
My bag is
It's as big as the vein on my
On the wall, but you haven't fucking that from.
Look. What if I fucking kill you? What then?
they gone.
Anyone comment?
No.
Right. Then I guess we'll ramble on and ramble on.
Rambo. I like that.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Let's talk about the Game Awards. Yes.
The Gay Awards
Gamer Awards.
goes to Daniel Craig,
The Daniel Craig being the gay.
Music to my ears.
the gayest straight man known to man.
He is. No, hold on. Who is? I feel like I have an idea of who that might be.
Hmm.
Can do this in my sleep at this point.
I don't know how we would define it though, because obviously, to be quite gay, you'd have to like men, but then you're no longer straight, so you're disqualified.
Yeah, it's also not necessarily just camp.
Plus, you can't
it's like
be
someone.
bi,
It's like it's
because-
not just being camp. It's someone who is just straight up, obviously gay, but they're straight.
Access
But
But
somehow
like-
not actually
but-
just because they're camp.
Right.
Oh, fuck, Andrew Garfield. He kisses dudes all the
Yeah.
time. He kisses.
He does.
I think that's who I was thinking of. Ryan Reynolds is a bit like that too. They kissed each other
I made a
actually at like the
platform.
Oscars when Ryan Gosling was accepting an award. They were in the background snogging, and Andrew Garfield was like kisses like Stephen Colbert on like a regular basis. He might just be bisexual though.
Load up your guns and sharpen your pickaxes. We got an incoming swarm.
I like Andrew Garfield.
Reloading.
He's alright.
He was in
I
Doctor
feel
Who.
no sort of way towards Andrew Garfield.
Are there any actors that you feel any particular way about?
Contact. Lock and load.
Actors.
One platform ready to use.
I'm not sure if I have brain power to run through the files.
Go to the file that says actors.
Eat it.
Actors.
Pesticide coming up.
Alright, I'm gonna try and go through. Alright, actors. Okay. What's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. But I can think of one. Joel McHale,
Oh,
Arousal,
oh,
is a very attractive man.
okay. Yeah.
And slight rage because he should have been fucking Krieg in
Oh,
the
Creek, right.
Party one
Borderlands
down.
movie.
You're going to say Reed Richards.
Reloading.
The Borderlands
No.
movie.
Credit for every time I deposit. I would be a rich dwarf. Platform. You want some more? Check out these moves.
Keep fighting, team.
I don't know.
Through the wave.
I just don't really care about most people, let alone fucking super millionaire Hollywood actors.
I mean, most of them aren't super millionaires.
Alright, they're just normal millionaires.
Oh,
Shield, boost it.
was that completely accidental? Like
I was
just jumped
trying
in
to
front.
reload.
Yeah.
Red sugar.
Basically, we need to get like sort of a health version of that. Maybe that's filmatic, I don't know. And a shield version of vampire.
Reloading.
I don't actually remember what shield version of Vampire was. I remember it was like charging basically, but I don't remember. I think it was a pretty cool thing. Now I've
Yeah.
forgotten about it. But we will know any day now about the
Well,
next season's thing. Otherwise, that doesn't. Every day that passes, it doesn't bode well, right?
or it
It
does.
means they have less of an idea of what they're going to do in season 4 than they did in season 2.
Which
Then again, they probably they knew damn well that they were doing secondaries, and that's basically the only thing they did announce, really, wasn't it? Did they even announce? I don't think they even announced that they were going to do a Robots Part 2. did
no.
they?
No.
So literally all they needed to know going into the roadmap.
Season 2 was weird
is
though, because we only found out that it was Rivals again during the anniversary stream. Like, and that was like, we only found out what it was about when the title was revealed, which obviously not apparent it went to season 3.
Pow!
I thought that one of the last things, actually. Quite far along at least.
But then again, if it is a part 2 of the plague stuff, then they probably will title immediately.
I feel like they probably wouldn't hide it. I don't know. It's just gonna be weird. It's just gonna be weird to
Well,
see.
they didn't before.
I think there's gonna be something of like great note in that roadmap when it comes out. There's gonna be something that's really important.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think they see it as anything. Like, it's not like right now is, or like this season is anything that special for them. Either that or all of them actually. Like, there's no important thing that they need to get out of the way now, right? Like, nothing like that's really seems to be a thing. So I don't think there's any sense of urgency or importance to it. Unless they appreciate the fact that generally this season, it's just the grenades really. It's just the difference between grenades and the weapons equipment was, yeah, like, thing is, like, obviously we kind of assumed, we thought that, like, you know, we would lean towards 2, but even 2 grenades would not have covered the same ground, would not even come close.
Well,
right?
grenades never would, though, which is why I thought that they might be going for like possible upgrades. Overclocks.
Yeah, but clearly they didn't do that
No.
because they shouldn't. It's a bad idea. Screw grenade overclocks. But it is also the fact that, yeah, I don't know. So I think they need to. That might be what they're doing right now. Because as mentioned, the only thing they would really be doing for the roadmap that would take long is deciding what they're going to add.
Yeah, but the problem is they've already decided. It's so it's so obvious. So I just don't believe that. I just don't. There's been the Q&A, the dev Q&A has been updated fairly recently. It's like pretty much all of November is in there now. There's more stuff about like them wanting to. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should. I think I'd rather do that.
Sometimes I wonder if mining is all there is to life.
Yeah, we did a Reddit review last week.
Did we?
Yeah, that's a
What was
thing.
it? Oh right, sorry, no, it's up. Oh no, it's not that I wouldn't rather do this. It's just it's the one that's been the longest since it's the update retrospective. We don't got to the third update 3. No, update 4 is next. I don't know.
Update
It'd be the 3rd
We
episode.
got a contact miners. Swarm headed your way.
No, there wasn't an update 1. But
Yeah.
the problem is update
Sounds so
1.
bored.
No, but that's not how it works. I don't think that's right.
Shush.
Have we dropped any frames? No, of course we haven't. Because of course we haven't. Get back in here.
Swarm,
I'm pretty
they're
low.
here.
Can you use some ammo?
Resupply order.
I'm using electrical reload, so that's a no for me. Then again, I haven't actually shot my Zookers either.
Yeah, use those.
Kill you all. Resupply arrived. Go restock. That one.
Exploding cheese.
The issue is that most of the fucking ones are swarmers, which is quite annoying.
Platform up.
Using gases like electrical and reload, swarmers are not preferable.
Grabbing ammo.
Oh, gas.
Reloading.
Oh,
Just aid, throw a grenade. It just didn't throw the grenade. Also, this is probably the first time I actually. Well, no, I used the. I never really used it.
Ammo.
Well, I managed to not die.
We're almost through the wave.
No thanks to you. Except all thanks
but
to
so maybe
you,
we'll
because we
do
didn't
that.
kill him,
But
I was.
what I do want to point out, they've been a little bit more. There's just been more and more like, yeah, we want to do perks and stuff, and we want to maybe look at old perks as well. And then they would even like, then obviously they got asked on the overclocks again, and it was just like no plans, which to me might be reading into this a lot. But it's so there's plans, and they're being like really like yes, we like perks and all this stuff.
Come here.
But yeah, I mean, certainly.
But
compared
it's
to-
a combination of they want to do it, and it's what the community's kind of already decided as well. It's like I don't think there is much really
Yeah,
decision
because
making
if
to be
they
done
add,
here.
honestly, they could have added 3 grenades per class, and it wouldn't have equaled a weapon. But if they add, or if they like around about
perks
double,
are,
if
in my
not
opinion, are quite a bit
but,
different.
adjust.
Grenades and weapons. I think weapons and grenades are more
They
similar,
would-
but grenades lack a lot of what weapons have. Perks are just a different realm of your character.
Yeah.
Your class.
Depending on how hard the perks go, like, because obviously a gun completely changes how you play the character, right? Which I don't think the perks will ever quite reach, but they're the closest
No.
you're gonna get.
Perks are
like-
can kind of do that, but they're never really like the focus of a build. They can get as far as you can without being the focus of a build, basically. I think.
Yeah, like obviously, like vampire drills and axes is a perk thing. I
can
mean,
make builds.
thorns
Make
can
builds
really
with them.
change how you play. Like you don't have to worry about little shits as much if you just put on thorns, so you can
You've got
build your
things like
guns
veteran
differently.
depositor and elemental installation to make like damage resistant builds and stuff.
Yeah, just kind of immunity tank builds. Point is that perks.
Point
perks
is,
really
can we get
do
the Mactera
influence.
like Beastmaster version?
Yeah, it wouldn't be there. Get it?
You just did it.
Yeah, I would you.
I think you should probably take a
That's what I
resupply
could
for
do.
moving on.
Alright.
Yeah, I probably should.
But
If we just had a swarm, we can move on.
Getting more ammo.
yeah, and so I don't know. I think that perks are definitely up there as far as
Better now.
if they add enough of them. Which, to be honest with you, I think they definitely should. Right? Like, I don't think part 2 will require the resources that they redirected. Right? Like, well, because I think the things they put into guns, they put into the whole cleansing mechanic. I can only assume.
Line is up.
Obviously, I don't know how it works, but like, and they won't have to make another cleansing mechanic, so there should be more resources allocated towards like gameplay stuff, which
It's
should
also one of the
all be
biggest
pumped
reasons.
directly into perks.
This is one of the biggest reasons why I want a follow-up to season 2 as well. It's
Access
like,
provided.
I don't want them to just waste their time
Yeah.
on those things.
Because that's the thing, like if they're gonna keep adding these big gameplay like things each season, it's gonna like most of their time is probably spent coding these new features in. For them to just immediately abandon them is just illogical, right? They should, I think, which is why I think they should always do part 2s. But like part 1 should be focused on the content and like, adding it into the game. Obviously that will take time. And part 2 should be, now they don't have to spend their time doing that, an actual like elaboration. on
Yeah,
it.
that's what season 1 and
Stuff
2
like
was.
Not ready yet.
And if you look at it
Yeah.
realistically, the only thing that made the wait for season 2 so long, I mean, it was still like, I think it was a little bit less than 6 months still, but the only thing that made, no, it was like 5, it was around 6 months actually, maybe. Was that they had to do weapons, like full weapons for that one.
Yeah.
And that's what brought it to that, like, gap. That
Platform up.
Yeah. Because, and this is something someone pointed out on
One
my
sentry gun. Ready to rebuild.
on the video I made with the new season ideas, and generally very, very kind and very, very up for everything.
Thank you.
Especially, he only really talked about the playgrounds. Yeah, all the comments are cool as hell. Since I actually put pretty much like quite a bit of effort into it.
Donkey.
But
Come here.
he made the point that like with the pox LIFO oppressor, as I think it was him or someone else maybe put it, that and the dreadnought boss
I made
would
a platform.
probably do as far as enemies. Obviously, we would prefer more
For
variants.
enemies, yeah, it would do.
Yeah,
It would do.
It-
It would.
yeah. Because it would kind of feel the thing. Because our issue is that currently the Praetorian is the strongest entity, right? And
Yes,
like
that's
an
the main
we
issue.
kinda have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
But
necessarily
that
have
would
to step it
obviously
up
completely
twice,
violate that.
but
Yeah,
obviously the oppressor is No, you can get that. It's
it's a more
fine.
kind
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool.
The oppressor is obviously an event, so I wouldn't really consider that. You don't. I wouldn't say you have to step it up twice. I'd rather get a boss and sort of a miscellaneous support enemy. But the
Yeah,
oppressor was
it's-
an
it's-
event thing. So.
Yeah, I do still think there should be, but he does make the point that really they only would need to add the Dreadnought, or at least a high up tier enemy, which I think would be fine. But it just makes the point that realistically, next season shouldn't take that long, and if it does, it should just be because of perks. But also, perks shouldn't take long, because if you think about it, right, all the things that go into like grenades.
I mean,
right?
there's not even necessarily models to create, like as 3D assets to create.
Exactly, literally, you and frameworks
could be,
for guns,
but as
right?
far as so far, it's like precedent.
No, literally, best you're gonna get is like probably some of the lessons, special effects, right? That like Steven Hill has, stuff like that, right? Or Steve, like those kind of mechanics. Those would be like actual things, but like not all of them should be like that. And then like the only real art that will have to go into it, unlike the hours upon hours upon hours I imagine frameworks and designing them come up with, like the new weapons, you just need to make the little icons. Right.
Yeah.
Like, as far as like the art department goes, perks will be a fucking piss as hell, and nothing does. Though we're not like nothing does, but nothing compared to the other stuff, which is at least fucking violating. Yeah, which means that really it will be down to the coders, obviously, mostly, because it won't be restricted by the art department or anything. Like having to make the guns before. I mean, alright, I don't know exactly how it works, but basically, yeah, they wouldn't have to spend days on days designing them. That's my point. It would come down to people coming up with the ideas, the coders seeing if they work or not, and balancing them, and then just at the end, they just have to make some designs. Maybe some of them
the same with Overclocks as well, really.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think those kind of additions should be, which is why they're easier to bulk, right? Because they aren't a drain on all of the departments. They'll just be like coding basically. And I don't, obviously, all coding is quite hard. I tried for like a very short amount of time and I gave up pretty quick because it's hard.
Was that coding, or were you just using like Unity, was it?
It was. I made a little Unity, but that is just an engine. They are probably using something
it's a
like
dev
that.
tool. You just place things in it and make a game that way. You don't really need to code, do you?
No,
right?
No, that you need to code. That's the point. It is right. Basically, I'm not sure if they made their own engine, but making your own engine is incredibly difficult.
No, I'm pretty sure Deep Rock is Unreal.
Yeah, exactly, and that's basically what Unreal is. Same as Unity and all that other stuff. Basically they make the engine for you, and then you need to code the game with the engine, and obviously make all the designs. Actually, Unity gives you stuff, but I didn't do that. I spent more time designing the icons than actually coding. But like, I managed to make a character move left and right and jump, but then I never actually learned how to make the camera move with him. So I just made the camera move at the same, like when you move the person, you move the camera that amount. Which I thought was fucking genius. Like, it's like when it's like you move left, like, or like W on the thing, and the character will move like left. And then I was like, the camera didn't move. I'm like, fuck. So what if you press W and then the camera moves W as well? I'm like, oh my god, I'm a fucking genius. But then it's like, if you ever actually, your character gets stuck on the wall, and then basically coding's hard as fuck, hard as balls, man. But they're clearly good at it, right? And I think considering that, they are probably more than capable of doing quite a few bugs if they decided to. That's my point. Coding isn't easy, but they're good at it, so it shouldn't take that long.
Go stupid.
Oh.
Go crazy. Ah! Go stupid.
Yeah. Oh my god, we still haven't got any contagion spikes.
Where are
There'll
they?
be a fucking cave full of them.
Yeah, probably.
Platforms, please.
I ascend! Fucking hate Claptrap.
Deep Rock seriously need to invest in some better
Stupid
equipment.
fucking mob. Yeah, but no,
Who's
like
winning the
perks.
twerk off?
Honestly,
Clap or what?
honestly, I think perks would do more for the game than overclocks, because obviously overclocks you'd have to do like 1 per gun, 2 per gun, and that just limits itself. But like you add 1, and you've added 1 to all the characters, right? Like it would add so much to literally everyone. But perks are just the most logical option. Plus, they haven't been touched in fucking eons.
My heart lies overclocks, but objectively speaking, for me, it's like I know which one should come first. I think they are the next things they should be doing. Yeah. Either way, but I know which one I think should come first, and it is perks.
Well, because I think we both agree that like overclocks would be like the infinite content. If they refuse to let the game die, but they're not willing to add like more guns or anything like that, they would just keep adding overclocks, right? Which is why I think they need to get just this other layer down, right? Just get down perks, overhaul the system, which I think they've shown an interest in, because to be honest, it's kind of shit. Like I don't get why you have to level up perks. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Hold on. So what? What do you mean? No, that's very normal. Huh? I think most games do that. Yeah, you level up skills. Like, there's in to get stronger. There's multiple stages to a skill. Levels of strength. That's pretty much every game that has skills or perks. I think. Yeah,
but it doesn't. That thing doesn't suit people, because within a very short amount of time you will have the top level of everything,
and nothing changes after that. But can you really point to many examples? Like Skyrim, you level up the perks, and then I guess the only difference is that you can reset them, but you can like focus on something else.
Wait, you level up
perks, have skill trees.
Move on. I know.
So there's a difference there.
I don't know. I think this system is just kind of weird. It feels like the level stuff, because once you get the next level,
that part of it is
the old stuff is. It's just extending the actual perk system. That's all it is there for. It's not because like it's a strategical move to like maybe like if you use a lower level perk, it would take up less perks. Nothing like that occurs. Once you get the better version of a perk, you use that forever. Like it's a very shallow system, because it really isn't. It's just there to extend the perk like system and take longer to get the best perks. More stars and that kind of stuff.
Do you think there should be different versions of perks?
I don't think anything. I'm just saying that the current perk system is quite flawed, boring, and simplistically all it is. It's just a nothing system that benefits no one. It just drags out the perks slightly for no real reason. Like they could just make it right. So you get like perk, you get like fucking I don't know, like stage 1 vampire or whatever, right? And you get like
vampire,
1 health. you get like 1 fucking health per hit or some shit.
Oh, it should just be. Hold on, stop.
I'm saying you should just buy the actual perk with the amount it would cost, rather than just slowly getting it.
I don't see. No, I don't see why that would be better.
A lot bigger.
Well done.
No, I don't see why that would be better.
I don't think it would be better. I think it would just be less annoying.
I think it would be far more annoying.
It's just less pointless.
So you think they should be equally expensive to the total that you have to spend?
At least we don't have to
How would that not be annoying? I mean, it'd be annoying it wouldn't be annoying if it was that like in the beginning, because that's all we'd have known. But now people know like you can get them earlier on but it's just a weaker version of it.
Yeah, but you also can't though, right? You don't even get the lowest stage of all the perks immediately. Like, at least in this system you would, right? Or maybe this stage still. But I don't know. Point is, the perk system. I don't actually like my idea of it either. But like, it's just that it's not anywhere close to perfect, and I think they know that as well. And especially with the like overflow of stocks, and they keep adding more things to do with the new seasons. So you're just gonna get more and more access, and it's just there are a lot of problems with it, and they know that as well. So I don't know what they're gonna do about it. They might just extend it.
Well, the access thing is pretty weird, because obviously there's meant to be an access because you're not supposed to have to do every milestone to get all the perks, but maybe there's an excess above, like beyond the excess.
Which is something worth bringing up though.
But they're not going to add.
How many perks can they add, considering the stars will hold it down? Right?
They wouldn't though. They can only. Really. Well, this is something we need to actually look at. Right? How much the average it takes to get a perk to the next level.
It's like
and then compare it to how many excess perk points there are.
no, but like they obviously they were fine with the original access, which was like over 100 stars, right? And we're now at like 160, so we have like 60 stars worth of perks, I think, as far as they're concerned, right? I'm not sure if that would scale right, but like in the end, that's like 5, maybe 6 perks, I think.
See, this is the thing. I'm not sure if any of these numbers are right at all. That's the problem. We need to actually look at it.
Maybe,
The excess right
but
is
still,
160, I think, but I don't know the average it takes to get perk points. I don't know how many
I'm still
it takes
right
to get them all. I don't.
No, I'm still right. That
It's a
the
very
amount of
soft
stars
limitation, in my
It's
opinion.
not at all. The amount of stars in the game will cap the amount of perks they can add. That is a fact, right? Like, if they wanted to double it, they now can't. Because there's not enough stars to double it.
No, but the reason
And
I
if
don't
there
think
is
that's
enough
going to be an
stars,
issue is
there's
because
not
they
enough
agree that
excess.
there's basically excess where there's beyond excess, which means I don't think that they are going to. I think the chances are they'll be fine. And if they,
But
I just don't think
But
they're
Harry,
going
do
to
you
run
not
out.
realise then that? But they will though. But why even bother with having a cap? And they will though run out though, Harry, because it's not that much of an excess. Like, it's not.
But you don't. I don't think you know that.
I do. I have a general
I think the
grasp.
general idea.
Like,
You could be very wrong though, because I'm just not even going to pretend to know.
all right.
We need to
fucking-
see. We need to just see, and you probably are right, but I just want to see the numbers.
But it's still the fact that the stars are capping the amount of perks we're going to get, and I do think it's a fact. That is a fact. You can't deny that.
It doesn't
They
mean
can't add-
it will be a problem, I don't think.
It is. The fact that there is a cap on how many perks they can add is
So
a
you
problem.
think they're definitely going to have enough, like, more ideas than they have perk points to, like, account for?
Yeah, because they're gonna want an excess, right? Like they're gonna go into it where they can't use all the stars. They have as much excess as they consider excess to the excess, right? Like where they draw the line on, okay, these are too many perk stars, whatever. Like the amount of extra stuff there is how many perks they're willing to add. Whether or not you think that is going to be like enough, I don't think that's going to be anywhere close. But it is still the fact that like it's just, I don't know, it's going to unnecessarily cap it unless they decide to say fuck it and I don't know, change up the system, like to either get rid of stars or give like a retcon and add more stars for
I'm going to do some shell back up.
Restock! No more oppression! Getting supplies!
Ready to kill
we'll
some more
see.
crates. Yes. Feel much better now.
I could probably come up with enough, but, like, or too many perks.
Yeah, I think they can, which is the issue. Because once again, they could definitely come up with tons of ideas. They probably whittle
Wow,
down
completed both
some of
the
them.
primary and secondary
Cleaning
objectives.
out any remaining rock pucks in the
Yeah.
cave. Get it done,
We just
we'll
found
send
the
down the drop pod.
move.
Past your
Yeah,
expiration
I
date!
think they. Oh, actually, I don't know. So. No, yeah, they could easily
almost
come
feel
up
bad for
with
these
enough.
rock pots
Like
and
they could
infected
easily
bugs.
double the amount of perks in the game. Conceptually, then it probably
Oh,
whittle it
easily
down
double.
to be a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
yeah. Well,
Cover up.
then we come to the not the, well, I guess it would be an opinion of what is the minimum that they should add, because in my opinion, it doesn't need to actually be. They don't actually need to double. It's pretty close in my opinion, but I think it rests in a place that is like slightly below that, but not any lower.
Vacuuming the area!
To me, would be more than enough. No, not more than that. Sorry.
Eric, Maria, so much over here. You are a terrible thrower, by the way. Same shit last night. You just missed so many different places.
The rock pot! It's got me good! Payback time!
Fuck. What the? Ooh.
I got the trident! told y'all. Time for a dancing lesson. Die, you plague-infested abomination.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, in all fairness, there isn't. Well, because I tried to come up with words and see as well, and it is actually kind of hard. Like, there isn't a lot of things left in the game for a perk to improve. Like stuff like, you know, fucking Vera Depositor, Resupplier, right? There's not many other things that you can do that kind of stuff with. So unless there are like alternate
Here's something for you to play with,
right? Where maybe they have like different options. Like you can have Veteran Depositor, which makes you deposit quicker and have a defense. Maybe there's like, I don't know.
Another rock pot, flip it down.
Shit, I don't know.
Shit ass.
Haphazard Depositor, where you deposit at random speeds, where sometimes you might deposit really quickly, or it's like random like numbers per second, and you gain a speed boost or something like that. So unless they start doing stuff like that, there is a pretty hard limit on the amount of things that you can get better at. Because a lot of things that you interact with in this game, you already gain that can help you with that.
I think there's definitely place for new mechanics. That's what Beast Wars is. It's entirely unique mechanics.
I think that they would have a hard time coming up with double the amount of perks using just those.
But I don't think it was just.
They're the high effort perks.
What did I think? I'm a pretty big fan of the Iron Boots / ground cannon idea, where you can it's an active perk that you can use to like ground pound, and so you like fall very quickly and shockwave from that, as long as it's not lethal or and it would eliminate full damage at the same time.
Wave is significantly diminished. Well done, team.
Which is sort of combining avoiding full damage, but also being more like offensive. Maybe we could get more offensive perks, or any.
Actually, hold on. I'm pull this out.
Sorry, Berserker is obviously an offensive perk.
I broke them into categories. I'm just trying to find the.
I remember this. Yeah.
Thing where I did it. I think it's in the back. It's put. Yeah, I did. Yep. All right. One of the scriptures.
I'm a little busy at the moment.
I realise I haven't actually pulled up my chart. Yeah.
Well.
Not that it is.
Really Sir Bean did.
I feel like I'm getting
yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Applying lithofoam on the rockpox boils.
So in fact, I don't see what like category that would be. That would be passive. So maybe it's just passive, but you can only do it for a limited amount of time.
Neutralized. Excellent work.
Yeah.
Remember to report if you experience any of the listed symptoms in the next 24 hours.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I did come
But how
up
useful
some...
would wall running be? You know.
I think it would have its uses for some characters. Obviously, I think Gunner wouldn't mind having a just an alternate transport. So you don't have to pull out the fucking
Requested equipment is at your location.
thing. you could just not do that. Right across the wall. I think maybe something like that, maybe like a parkour perk where you can like passively you can like run on walls for a short period of time, but then you like an active element is like if you press like
you can wall hang,
button,
which means that you can shoot. Well, maybe you can't have your gun out
no,
normally,
I'm
but
thinking
you can, like,
if you press a button while you're just before you fall.
What the hell, Molly?
And take reduced fall damage. Did she just push you off? Yeah, she's been doing that a lot recently.
Yeah, she has.
Cleansing complete. Do decontaminate thoroughly
Betsy
when you
actually did
arrive
it
back
the
at
other
the
day.
space race.
Yeah, Betsy's been doing that.
Even the Glyphids don't deserve this.
Sir Bean dip so they can make an unstable slot for perks or wacky threats. Well, yeah, we do kind of I don't know if we believe in that, but it's definitely an idea. It's a new category.
I believe a new category would really shake things up, and it depends what they do. Because obviously, yeah, an unstable one. I think an unstable would be what we want, right? Or at least what I would want.
Just
I want there
give them a
to
lot
be
of freedom because they can be kind of crazy, but the idea is that they have drawbacks, obviously, penalties.
Yeah, that's literally it. I just want perks that can negatively affect you.
Ollie!
And they can be active or
Because-
passive, and you would only get one, I think.
Yeah, only ever get one. Because I mean, I think we came up with some examples beforehand.
Well, the
like
ammo
the glass
one.
cannon.
It was one I
yeah.
like, where you can take more on your
This is
primary
becoming
than your
routine.
secondary, and vice versa, which I
Yeah.
think is so fucking. It sounds ridiculous, but I think that would actually generate more depth when it comes to builds and like for the weapons. Like, what you're gonna take.
And I like glass cannon where you fucking do more damage but you have less health, and tank which is vice versa basically. Which is obviously because I really like applying like RPG elements to Deep Rock because you can very loosely do that, and these perk systems would heavily reinforce that. But yeah, just a give and take perk system would add so much to Deep Rock. Like it would arguably turn it into a different game. Like how much it would radically change builds.
And I really think because we know that someone might be. Well, I don't know if someone's watching this necessarily. You know what I'm going to do, Tyler? You know what I'm going to do, right?
I think they're streaming. Well, they probably
we've-
stuff there.
They didn't stream today.
Do be sure to keep
They've
contact.
been streaming a lot less recently. We'll talk about that. But basically, I think we've been going for like about 50 minutes now, and it's been pretty solid
Folding up
conversation.
the area.
It doesn't matter from here on out, but going off this first 50 minutes, I'm going to rebrand this as a podcast.
All right,
I'm going to do it because we haven't done that.
a live podcast.
And yeah. I might do it with something. I think I'll indicate it. I mean, you'll see this live, but I might indicate it in another way. And I might use the what I've got already right thumbnail, but I might add
stuff
live.
up there usually.
So if someone is watching, I really just hope that they at least think about something like this. You should be considering these kind of new things.
Because yeah,
They
literally
give you a
like,
lot to do, a lot to do good. It's as simple as that. It will be good for the game. So don't
Because
pass,
this is-
just don't ignore it, please.
yeah, because they're already kind of running themselves into a rut. We talked about this.
Applying
In that,
little
like,
the rock box boils.
well, no, they have shown themselves to be right. That they can't add, even though this new fucking enemy, this new like stage type with it's a warning with a secondary primary objective on it, right? That is like so clearly a new feature, yet it has
And we
been
came up with
cornered
like
into warning.
a much better version
All
of it.
objectives done.
Yeah, but no, it's literally it is this just rebranded, and it's infinitely better, right?
Can you hear
Because
that?
it's
Tremors on the scanner could be something
Uh,
big.
oh,
Better
it
prepare
fucking
yourself.
dreadnought. Electric. Does electric reload work on dreadnoughts?
It cotton. Oh shit.
Watch it fly.
No,
Here
it's
it
not.
comes.
What is it?
The back. It's the
Wait.
wing point.
Actually, it is preferable.
Oh, preferable, is it?
No players ready.
Has to be.
Roger that.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Fucking spitballer. Bigger threat than the dreadnought.
Up and at 'em, buddy.
Get away, get away, get away. I need to get away.
Everybody collect up.
Hang in there. Supplies are on the way.
Who's am I going to typically here?
Alright, well this is a bit distracting than the conversation we're having. But yeah, no, if they just came up with a new type of thing, then there would be infinitely more content and it would feel infinitely more significant. Even if inherently it's just the same.
I've got
Like
the
obviously
deal.
this
Supply pod is here. Everybody collect up
really-
and kill some more.
the fucking just rebranding of
Some sugar.
the new thing, which I refuse to call it a warning anymore. I think I'm going to protest because it's just not. It's so much more than that, and it demeans all the other warnings that we're being compared to. You know?
Well, see,
It's just-
you're right conceptually, but it's not my favourite warning.
No, but it's not a warning as far as I'm concerned. It's a completely different mechanic.
Oh, they're
Like,
not
it's
healing.
just so far and beyond
They are.
other warnings. Because it's like if they, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. They added a new fucking gun that's like shitting like I don't know, another minigun, and they gave it to gunners in secondaries, right? Like it's like clearly it doesn't belong there, kind of situation. Like it's way more than that. Will that guy stop fucking shotgunning me? No, even when I'm dead. But yeah, I mean, if there was a new type of perks that would give them infinitely more options, not to mention they could then. Alright. They could then.
No, for 50 minutes.
We could then fucking. I don't remember. Basically, no, yeah. They could then. They don't have to get rid of these stars. They could just introduce a new type of star for this next type of overclock thing, right? Or they just introduce a new way of earning perk points, or whatever. This new, clearly above.
Kills.
Yeah. Point is, this would be the solution. Well, thing is, this isn't even a solution to their problems. This is just a legitimate idea. But like, I do genuinely think that the rebranding of the fucking Life of Age infection would just it's just better. It's just better.
No kidding. That was a shit show.
Yeah.
I've temporarily renamed this to Barrel Vision Live Podcast. Right.
Alright.
That's much better. But still. Shit again.
Orbital insertion sequence initiated. Board the drop pod.
Fucking hell.
What?
Why are you doing these? Are these your missions?
Yeah.
Oh.
Promotion.
If there was no reason, I was gonna start getting pissed. Not that I want to do more, but
No, exactly.
yeah. But I broke down perks. This is pulling it back a little bit. Fuck. Alright. I broke down perks, and it's pretty interesting because these are obviously completely and utterly arbitrary, like segments, but they do work generally, and that is convenience, protection, speed, healing, and killing. And if you break them down, it's not inherently every perk falls into one of those categories, but everything that any perk does. So, deep pockets, 15 more minerals. That's just convenience. That's what that is. Veteran depositor. You deposit 50% faster. Convenience. 30% damage reduction. Protection. You get the point, right? Fucking resupplier. 25% more health. That's healing. Unstoppable. Slow down reduction. 50%. Speed. It's a bug thing, and thorns are the only like passive perks that kill, because killing is like the least like common thing that passives do. Meanwhile, it's like predominantly convenience in passive perks. Like, it's just passively makes things more convenient, with a bit of protection, bit of speed, and a bit of healing. Meanwhile, active perks. Most killing, or actually killing is tied with protection, which and then convenience falls down to like one thing, which I'm trying to even see what it is. I can't read my handwriting, but it's Iron Will's first thing that it says it does. I think it probably reloads your weapon, maybe.
Iron Will?
Yeah.
Oh, what does Iron Will do again? I always forget. It's got some weird shit going on that I always forget about. It does reload your weapons.
Iron Will does like basically.
For some reason, it's not actually showing me the perk descriptions in the equipment terminal. That's ridiculous. Like, what? Why? Why now? Why is this? What is this?
All your weapons reloaded. That's convenience. fucking 12-second last stand. I categorize technically as protection, which yeah, and then move faster, speed,
Move faster.
hit harder, killing, move resistance slow down, also speed. Basically, Iron Will does fucking everything, and it's immensely strong, which is why you only steal once per mission.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So it doesn't actually tell you how much each one costs in game. And the wiki does, but there's a lot more than I thought. Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how much does each perk cost overall.
Well,
to get to the best.
There's too many to do it for each
Or
one.
just like look at a couple. Yeah, not like each one, but just like do a couple and then see what the average is.
Yeah, I'm doing field medic first. So 3 + 5 + 7. So it's just already more expensive than I thought they were. By the way.
Yeah.
I think that's field
So
medic
that's 15.
done, though. Yeah, actually, but that is actually all of it. No, it's 24.
Shit in hell. Now
So
I
we
want
got
to do a
that,
couple
we got
more,
that
and
field
then I'm going
medic.
to reiterate my point.
Let's do a passive now. Which is friendly, isn't it? No, let's not do friendly. Let's do fawns. You field medic and fawns. Fawns 2 + 5. Plus 8. Plus 11. And that's that. So that's 26.
Okay, so clearly.
What was that? 24 and
this is-
26. 24 plus 26, which is 50. So it's an average of 25 if we're just going off of those two.
This is
There's
that's
173 excess.
Exactly.
So that's
Bear in mind they
four-
would want an excess remaining after it.
That's about 7 if you factor in another milestone being added.
Yeah, so 7 if you ignore the fact that they won't do that and they would have to leave an excess, right? So we're looking at 4 to 5 perks with the current system they can reasonably add with excess.
All right, yeah,
Right.
that isn't enough.
Yeah,
I'll admit, I'll cave in.
that was worse than even I thought. I thought they were only going to be like 10 a pop, but yeah.
Oh well, that would have been
fucking
fine
25
but not if it was just like the absolute limit though. Problem is, there should be an excess because otherwise we're just so pressed.
Yeah,
Which means they need
there
to
is
make,
definitely going to be an excess.
I don't know what
Which
they can do.
even means they're gonna have to like inflate the shit out of older, like the actual assignment things, like the achievement challenges, whatever. Like they'll
Got
have
a list
to
of
inflate them.
milestones here. Complete hazard 3 or higher. Complete hazard 5 missions. That's weird. But I tell you, they do not have. Well, obviously they don't have one for double warnings, and they don't have one for anomalies. They don't have any milestones for doing anomalies, and
does
it
it
to make
say
less,
how
which obviously don't make a
how
great
many
deal of sense.
stars? How many does it say? How many stars you get for each thing?
Kind of. It's only got one number for them, even though I think you just get the same
that a
amount for
total?
each. No, I don't think it's a total. I think it's what you get each time you do one.
Right. And there's
But
like
it
an
doesn't- it
average of
doesn't go
5
up.
tiers in there.
Yeah, so for most of them it's 2. For the ones
So
where
you
it's
get
gained,
10 per
yeah,
generally.
yes.
So-
Yes, that's right. 10 each. So they haven't done anomalies, which obviously I guess anomalies wouldn't make a great deal of sense, but at the same time, it's not like gaining levels is difficult. And that's one of them.
Yeah.
So if you really need it, just use anomalies because I haven't got any. There's no milestones for them. And obviously, it really does. It's like, oh, do 5 mineral mania missions. Like, okay.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Or put perk points in the performance pass.
Well, I think we both know that.
Obviously, that's not. Well, you get money. You get all these crafting materials.
Yeah,
What's
but how would
the
you?
difference?
You couldn't. Performance pass is temporary. You
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to earn the stars after the season pass.
Oh, hold on. I've got a better idea. You could just add milestones for
That's not
gaining.
hard.
You could just add milestones for gaining tiers or doing daily challenges. That could well, there
No.
wouldn't be very many, but that could be one. That could be a milestone. Do daily challenges.
The point is that, that's really what it's kind of going to be. They've either got to just add a ton more stars into the system, which ironically would only end up going poorly since there's too many stars in the current system. That's the point.
Not making sense.
And it's either that or fucking. Hold on. Well, yeah, it's either that or removing the star system because it won't work, or they only add 5
I'm
perks
really
next
looking
season
forward to
because
be working with you
can't.
guys.
They limited themselves gameplay wise, and they refused to change it for some reason. Those are the options. Which I think I know which one I'd prefer, and that's removing stars as a system. I think maybe. Well, it's due.
I don't think they've had to overhaul anything twice.
Well, it's either that or yeah, they just add a ton more stars into the system somehow with some bullshit.
I don't know if they
But, like-
put down the idea of other ways to get them. Also,
Well, the issue is.
does this allow yourself to be rude here? Do you think this makes everyone who's asked for another use for perk points? Does this make them stupid? Do you think?
Only danger is
No, because I really don't think it's reasonable for anyone to have thought of this. Because I mean, I never have until now.
No, I
that
don't think
they
are
can.
stupid.
That stars.
That was my opinion.
Yeah.
Sending you in deep, so be on your guard.
But like,
Scanners indicate particular
It's interesting how
more
I really didn't
go
think they would be
further
that
down.
limited.
Bring it back, boys.
yeah,
I
like
didn't know. I didn't claim any position deliberately.
you were against me, which
I
I win.
Yeah, but
you
Tyler,
lose.
neutrality would be against either.
That's because you always play neutral, so.
Yep,
you
so I
can
always
never
come out
lose.
top. I didn't actually.
No, you
I
don't
felt,
win.
I felt
I won.
defeated.
Yeah. I give that impression. I make sure whenever any victory occurs, I reinforce that as heavily
You
as I
don't.
can.
You don't always win, but the other person always feels defeated,
Perfect.
which isn't.
But yeah,
Which is arguably the same as winning. Which,
yeah, I know. That's why I take it as such. But like, yeah. My point is that and I don't doubt that Ghost Ship is aware of this.
Come here.
But like, if they half-ass this with like no perks, and everyone will be disappointed. They full-ass this perk overhaul, fucking economy inflation adjustment or whatever,
Inflation.
like on with the stars. Honestly, I say this right. What would not be a bad shout is if they straight up doubled, maybe tripled the levels of the things. Right?
Yeah, just extend the milestones. Yeah.
Extend the milestones.
Honestly, I
tons.
feel that I feel stupid for not thinking of that. To be honest.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
would then and then that would kind of work because that'd be annoying because then you'd only be able to access some of them after a very long time. Like some of the perks would take a while to reach, right?
It would also
which
be
is an
freshen up
issue.
the milestones though, which adds like oh.
Yeah. No, I do agree because then milestones would be a thing for even higher up players. Although I imagine if they added the milestones, you'd probably get them all in like a fucking instant. But still, it's full counts.
Well,
and newer
I
players
guess I
will
wouldn't
have them
want it to
around
be
for-
retroactive, but if the basic their principle, it probably would be. You probably would get all the ones you've done, which I would have wanted, obviously, but
Yeah.
that's probably what we would do.
No, yeah, but I think that's probably the best course of thing. Maybe if they didn't want to add that many tiers to them, which I don't see why they wouldn't. It
Well,
would
you know,
only
you've got to
extend
add
the
at least
gameplay for
3 more,
literally
but
everyone.
it should go up to 10.
Yeah, preferably.
8, 'cause
But
8's
if they only wanted to go up like a couple more, they would have to make it so you get like 3 per. So it would kind of equal that out. But still, it would have the issue that some perks would be so far along the perk line that like you could have overclocks before you'd unlock those perks, right? And I don't think that's inherently a bad thing, because obviously you want to extend the game
Your
as
idea
much
was
as
that you
possible.
could
But
you could buy any perk at any time, but you still have to
Yeah,
get the
I-
levels of it. But you wouldn't
Roger. Cleansing part.
still go through 5 levels.
I would go at the fact that you would just get to pick what one you want, right? So that you can get those first and then get the rest later.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to keep the current system, then what they should do
Time to clean
is,
up.
well, obviously, they should add the basically fucking overclock perk idea and then put them at the end of the tree. So then getting them last makes the most sense, right? Like it would add up. You get these ones later. That's how overclocks work. They're late game content and there'd be late game perks.
Which works with the unstable
News
perks.
team. The pack of Praetorians.
Pack of
Yeah, it
Praetorians.
does.
Warns you. Get ready.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I don't Ultramagnetic coils, longer trail duration, bigger trail radius.
Working. I'm not going to do anything quickly.
There they are.
No.
Praetorians attacking.
I've got carpet bomb. Because I refuse to abandon carpet bomb.
I don't. I love the random carpet.
Thing is, you would fucking hate this bit, like, really bad. Because the other one I've got on is bullet hell. That one's not really good.
I
don't think you'd mind
I hate the whole loadout. What's the hurricane?
The hurricane is just the extra special release.
Oh yeah.
Which I actually think is not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. So that's why I think you probably end up using the hurricane. I don't know what I have. I think I have the magic bullets
Not being hurt.
revolver. So
It's been a while since I felt
point is, you'd manage it. But
where I just feel like I'm just getting hurt for no reason. Gamer instinct. Like, game. Oh, what a top gun.
I guess we hit the bottom of that well. Point is that we expect perks next season, and they're going to need to innovate a little bit more than nothing. Unless there's like, because yeah, worst case scenario, they innovate nothing and they make 5 perks, right? That is something that could occur, very much could occur. But is literally the darkest timeline, like the worst dev decision kind of thing. But if they wanted to add a bunch more perks, they would have to deal with the star issue, which I guess maybe that's what they're rubbing up against now. Maybe that's why it's taking them so long.
Well, you know, gave them solutions.
Multiple, even. Like if they don't feel like changing much at all, just add more of those assignments, whatever they are.
I don't think I would believe that if they like objectively considered our like solutions, that they would think that they were bad. You know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like obviously we don't know as much as them, which is what I'm kind of relying on. In that they see the bigger picture than what we possibly could, and they can see why that wouldn't work or be a good idea. But in that case, I would really just fucking love to be able to see the bigger picture, that they would share the information that would allow the community to help them if they feel like they need it.
Honestly, we are more concerned than anyone else. Do you think about this? The fact that we are far more worried about this game than anyone.
That is why because like generally I'm like thinking about it, what appeal is there to our channel? You know what I mean, that kind of thing. Like we don't really talk about the stuff other people like do. Like, even generally, I'm watching like the like we don't talk about like all the guns over and over again and that kind of stuff. But I think it is.
No, why would we want to retread ground over and over again? Why would we do? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Well, no, but exactly.
Oh, no,
we
we'll do it again!
We don't tread the same ground about how fucking Sludge Blast sucks ass, except what we do sometimes. But that
I was safe. It's
you were
happening.
literally in it.
I was not. Perception filter. Something's gone
You're
wrong.
sitting in the crater,
That's not. It wasn't the same one.
but his limbs were there. Oh, I guess these limbs are still there. So fair enough. Still, exploders be like.
Yeah, it's going to be like baboon. Baboon. So I can't bother to get into that right now. We will Don't worry. Christmas!
Christmas?
Crazed laws. Look, this cave is making me really
Let's
anxious.
rid Hoxes of rock pox.
Yeah, shit, you didn't find me.
What the fuck?
Hey, can you stop dying?
I can't.
Okay, it's just to satisfy myself, I think.
Oh.
Taking the
Maybe.
lithoformer,
Carpet bomb ring life.
foaming up
There's a
the
metal.
area.
But yeah, so well, I saw Patrick a funny little plan. That obviously did not come to fruition. That was like I was going to give them a chance,
Come on, Harry, what the fuck?
see if roadmap will come out today, and then we need to do the
Bad.
podcast.
You have a swarm incoming.
Like, we're doing nothing.
Yeah, because you ain't fucking foaming.
Type breeder here. Frickin' off.
That's it, you're not foaming.
Nanocyte
I'm
breeder.
foaming.
Another rock pox glyphid.
Rockpox swarm. Remember your training. Shoot the boils.
We need to get this thing gone before they...
Let's stick together.
Nice.
Hey, the rock pox is getting into my suit.
Oh,
Well done.
shit.
This contagion spike has been neutralized. A celebratory decontamination process awaits you back on the space rig.
Ah, there it is.
Eating our planet. Explosives, guys. Shoot that breeder.
You can shoot that sugar down.
There's charging.
Ah, shit, fuck. Do we have enough nitro to go research?
No, Tyler. We have 5.
Happened.
Nothing. That's what happened.
Oh, did we not explore that cave at all?
Okay.
Oh no, that's what we are, aren't we? We're the bottom
Yeah.
of that hole.
Yeah. Or we would come across it. That's
Hostiles are backing down. Finish
Oh,
them.
you're looking for. Pretty sure there wasn't any red sugar.
yeah.
This is
Right.
why, man. I
Every
don't
larva killed is
like
one
red
less
sugar.
infected
Like
glyphid.
as a mechanic, as like a thing, it's kind of fucking blows. Because it's so important to like the missions of Lightfall, and yet it's so erratic and kind of fucking terrible unless you
Well,
have.
If I'm being
like
honest
this
with myself,
info.
it's essential, kind of, but not really. Maybe on 5. It's really just there if in case, which I guess makes much less sense why it's if it is supposed to be there in case you need it. You can't really strategize around red sugar.
Not at all. It means it's sort of reliable. Yeah, plus, Harry, look, your fire is breaking the
I know. Oh, it's right.
I want corrosion to do that
Die, you
everywhere.
plague-infested abomination.
And I don't think I'm being unreasonable.
I
Well,
think
at
you'll
least,
melt one hit
at
terrain.
least just the enemy corrosion. Because I want them to not only be like, you know,
Oh, that.
damaging
Oh,
you
you
and all
mean the
that
thing that
stuff.
doesn't exist yet?
Yeah, obviously. But like, yeah.
But
I
will.
don't the thing is, I wouldn't actually want the sludge pump to do that, since that would be more annoying. But that's my point. I want the enemies to do that, so then not only are they damaging me, but they're also absolutely fucking violating the terrain.
What kind of hickory dickory bullshit is it? done.
Grab some of that? Yeah, it's gonna be much.
Get shot. It was not nothing.
That's another thing. The fucking amount of health that red sugar gives you is just so fucking random. Like you can like deep throat an entire vein and get a quarter of your fucking health, and then you can like graze one and
I don't think it's actually random. I think it's based sometimes. I can tell when a red sugar vein is very dense.
The size of them are random.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah, if you get a bunch of small veins nearby and that's the only thing you have, then you just can't fuck. Which isn't anything new. Like, I'm not saying, oh, this is a new thing that Deep Rock has to change. It's always been the fact that RNG fucks you over. Yeah, it has. It is. I'm just now vocalizing it. That it pisses me off. But I also do think it's just part of the game. So it's not going to change. I just don't like that part of the game. Especially since, you know, the other means of healing are pretty limited. Which I guess is probably where the desire for a medic class comes from. Probably that, people realizing how unreliable and unstable red sugar is as a health source.
Red sugar going right up.
Nah, fuck red sugar. All my fellas hate red sugar.
Not ready.
I don't.
There's the charge.
Addicted to it. Help.
Have you been? No, I'm not doing anything. Have you been? Joe Duncan.
Got a native type breeder here. Freaking awful.
Okay. He has been taking over the Reddit, and I don't blame anyone or him, but it is just a fact that he's always kind of been around, but recently he's just fucking exploded. And it's you know, seen the comics that have been out? How? They're everywhere. They're like the probably like the hot, I imagine, consists purely of them and references to them.
Yeah.
Okay. It's uncultured. But no, yeah. He first of all, the whole he did one. I wouldn't say this started it, but like this is when I noticed the start of it. Is he did a comic on why there aren't females in Deep Rock. You may have seen this.
Oh, was that the? Did he do the original comic? The one that got it?
No, that was me. He did the. He basically it was like why they aren't Deep Rock. And there was a dwarf getting eaten by a fucking cave leech, and then a gunner shot him down. It was like, help, brother. And then there was a woman dwarf getting eaten by a cave leech, and it was saved near Lee-chan, and it had like his ass showing, or her ass showing, I guess. And the gunner was like, oh, and that was the comic that he did. And a dev commented.
There's no fucking nitra, Tyler. I've gone ahead to find nitra. There ain't none. There's a bit of red sugar though.
Yeah, and basically that kind of blew up because it was
There's the next spike.
And yeah, Ohan or Jacob or something.
I think it's Jacob. I don't think Johan's on the Reddit. I mean, it might be, but Jacob's the one who's guy.
Yeah, he was like just in the comments, and it was like a whole thing. And then from then on, he's just been doing like constant comics.
Resupplying here.
Stand by.
It's between the two. It's like a wide tunnel between the two spots.
Cleansing equipment on site.
Yeah.
Rubber gloves.
He's just been doing comics on like wars with PTSD, like constantly. There was like the first one where like an engineer he went and fixed the pipes in like someone's plumbing, and saying like thanks for fixing my it was like thanks for fixing the pipes or something. Just set him back to like fucking oil refinery, and that's like the whole thing. I can't actually remember the second one. He did one recently where like it was a scout. He got picked up with like a drug dealer that was dealing red sugar stuff like that. Point is that I've been seeing them everywhere. You haven't, considering I imagine you're on the Reddit.
I don't recall seeing anything like this. Thank you.
Not sure if you were truly
Pop that ice thing. Oh no,
I was literally
getting
mining that.
this cold, no, heat radiant.
that's supposed to hurt. Even the Clippers don't deserve
This is rather savage. I am
Say
out of
that
ammo
my
now.
hands are filled with. Well, come on, let's resupply them. The shield, right?
Sure.
getting some grabbing ammo.
Sure.
And noted. Not ready. There's recharging. Rock box.
Fighting team, you're almost through the wave.
I kind of been completely enough to pass you.
Feel bad for these rock boxes infected fellas.
What do you think the grenade go?
Shield charge.
Find out.
Incoming.
Uh-oh.
Time for fireworks.
This is very dangerous.
Really?
Yes.
Never felt better. Multi. That's made. Explosive flies.
That doesn't anything in the air.
Rockbox Glyphid eliminated.
I'm worried, Tyler.
Oh, fucking hell.
Don't touch the rock
That was
box if
actually
you can avoid it.
that was Rockbox. That was an actual Rockbox swarm. They were a threat just now.
Damn.
But then again, I would argue if that was a normal swarm in that situation, we would have definitely have died. Due to the fact that if there was a bit of Mactera, a bit of Warlock, a bit of fucking anything else, we never would have stood a chance. I foamed all of this. Does foams go?
Yeah, foam dissipate.
Foam you do. Foam off. Foam everything.
Oh, it's not cool.
You know what's not cool?
Step one. Cover rock box boils with foam.
I don't know.
Flamethrower? I think his flamethrowers are pretty cool.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Lithophage CHS4.
Flamethrowers are cool.
Look, I can pacify. I can get all the loot from the loot bug without killing. But I'm not going to do that. That's gay. Sorry.
Shit, I have fucking LIFO and fucking freeze. Which
That's what
actually,
we call-
fun fact, I wasn't being damaged by the rockbox. I was
Right.
just frozen.
The meta.
Okay, that time it's fucking sniped me.
The rock box
Mary,
is
suck it up.
touching me.
I'm getting infected.
Suck it up, Harry. Just relax on the floor next to the phone. Just suck that bit up.
Area cleansed. Keep up the good work, and we'll have the rock.
I swear to God, he just said
control in no
barrier.
time.
What, instead of area?
Yeah.
Well, he did.
I disagree.
Well, they're allowed to.
I disagree.
That's fine. Anyway,
So-
what?
You're holding on to something, aren't you, right now?
I'm holding on to a few things
Topic.
actually.
Right. Well, we have renamed it to a podcast,
Just
so
take
we
your
might as well
sweet time, old
Eat
lady.
our own faces.
I've got all day.
that or start talking about that stuff.
So, I mean, this is actually pretty weird. Someone did. University, someone made a face. This is going to require maybe some explanation. For a project, prosthetic, like someone's face
You
peeled off.
fucking.
It's made of ham. Not made of ham. That would be terrible. This person worked in like actual special effects makeup stuff, which is really fucking sick. And she made a
Sucking up the
face
foam.
and like fake fingers. It's really weird.
Final contagion spike
Wow, that was easy.
neutralized. All signs of
Yeah, that's what
rock
happens when there's a
box
good
have been
fucking
eliminated.
flamer.
Well
Oi.
done.
Some shit that's been like shit.
No flares ready.
I get it. I hate rock.
Let's threw 6 axes into that thing. Because I'm working. Ooh. Mega noise.
Lock.
Well, basically my plan was to see if they would drop the roadmap before we did the podcast. That it would have been about that. It would be like future with your G, talk about Christmas, roadmap. You didn't do that. That can't happen.
Heading to the mule.
I'm gonna check. Right. The thing is, it's obviously it's like 3:45. There's not reasonable time.
Yeah, they do it either like while they're streaming or like in the morning.
Well, there was a. Oh, no, there wasn't. There was. No, basically, what there was. It's just a premiere, YouTube premiere for Christmas. Obviously, a little bit interesting because I haven't done that before. Like for one of these events.
Lock and load, my
What? It's going to be like a trailer.
A trailer. But it's like for the surprise. It's got like the thumbnail's got like a present in it. It's like the Christmas surprise. And it's like, okay, they're going to premiere it. It's like, okay, what's going on here then? It's
So
like, hold on, but Bosco,
that's a bit much for a Bosco
and the
pickaxe,
pickaxe
right?
are in the thumbnail.
Yeah. And it bears note that if they aren't in, then they made a pickaxe and Bosco framework and then didn't add it to the game. So they're either
Well, they
definitely
didn't
going
do
to be
that.
there or
No, because
Riot.
the pickaxe isn't really even a part of the art, though. Like Bosco, yeah, he's like flying around with the internet. The pickaxe is just like pasted on top, floating in the air. It's not like a dwarf is holding it, you know.
Yeah. But if anything, that means that they already made the icon, and they're like, you know what, we'll add a pickaxe, and they put it on after.
Still looking like that. Either way, it's still good. We'll see what it is. Apparently just indeed a gift to everyone.
Well, the reward is coming up soon, and we don't actually know what we're getting in there, do we?
I suppose not. Well, we don't.
And they're going to give it to anyone who immediately gets on. But then again, they wouldn't pretend that Christmas thing. They'd just say that it's thanks for the award. Or, but it's even if they don't even have to get. Well, they have to get nominated, right? They don't actually have to win. How
I
does it
don't
work?
know. I don't know. Well, I guess because we haven't got something every year, probably means they haven't. It needs to win. I don't know. I don't know if
Well, they
won.
only did it
They
last
won
year.
before. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not asking.
I'm pretty sure that we got the liking helmet for just voting. Like not just for vote, but just for like clearly showing that we did vote for them. You know, like thank you. Here's a hat.
Here's that hat.
Which I think is bribery.
I just
but, you know, I'm
realised
down
that we
for it.
got all 3 contagion spikes fairly early on compared to the last mission where we'd done everything for finding them.
Yeah.
All 3. What's going on here?
Oh, we actually have one of flight chat. That's kind of it.
Ammo taken.
Pardon me. Sorry, everybody. I don't. Oh, pardon me. I don't know if we'll do a live erection to that. Maybe. Live read. Carry on.
When is it then?
On the day, next Thursday, the 15th.
Right. And they already have that fucking set up.
Gotta wait for
Yeah,
the
well,
raid
apparently it's
zone.
always set up when we can don't. I might just be set up. I'm assuming. Don't answer that.
Okay. Actually, I will answer it. It definitely wasn't, right?
What, you mean the like the trailer, season 3 trailer, that posted like 2 days before,
Yeah.
isn't it? Something.
Yeah. Because I predicted it would be next Thursday, but they didn't have the trailer up. You were like, oh, maybe it's a week in advance. I'm like, ah.
Red sugar.
And then,
Yeah, fuck you.
don't mind if I do.
You? What? I think what you should
fuck
say
me.
is, don't mind if you do. I don't know.
Come here.
Well, I do mind if you do.
Oh, you don't want me to.
I never said
Prophet's
that.
Yeah, you
time.
did.
I just. It's just.
It's exactly what I've been waiting for.
concern.
It's exactly what I've been waiting for.
Air's corner heavy
I've been
down
got.
here today.
You gettened.
I've been gotten it.
You've been gothamed. Been gothamed. Gotham Knights. What a great game.
I just don't like the look of it at all.
No, me neither.
Never seen much of it. Like, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, they got some cool characters, but then I said, like, okay, it's a 2D fucking card game.
What? That's not what Gotham Knights is. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it is.
What are you no. What are you...
But it's not like an actual game, is it?
No,
It's
Gotham
like
Knights
some-
is.
Where is that?
We're talking about Midnight Suns.
Oh right, oh right.
Which
Yeah.
apparently is an actual game. I'm confused on what that is as well. I've seen it and it was like, oh, this looks like it's like an actual game.
Yeah, but they're not wasn't that.
I think it is. Came to be. Can we get Tommy Chief Dio? I guess. Fucking hell, why would I say?
It just made you sad, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I fought it, so I thought, I might as well say it. That's stupid, because he's dead.
Yeah, no one knows him.
What?
I'm sorry, but considering how influential he is, he's not that known.
He's like
He's not a musician that people will be able to just list off. Right?
he's like
not
the
one
kind of
them.
guy that industry is
Got no flares ready.
more famous in the industry.
Revered.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
as in the entire metal music industry. Yeah, he's the boss. But not many people actually know who he is. Like Jack
I
Black.
guess it's because he was
Jack
the king
Black
of rock,
basically
not the king of
worships
pop.
him.
Well, yeah, movie on it. I imagine Jack Black was very happy getting him to get on that movie. He probably met him then.
He was. He was. There's a video of when they, I think they did it at Jack Black's house actually. It looks like it. Where we actually recorded what he did.
Inventory is full. Time to
And-
enforce it.
I don't know if it's a bit, but someone during it, there's someone like, at like the mixer desk. Someone faints. I don't know if that's real or not. It's pretty funny.
Damn.
Explosives.
God, I can already
fired.
know that.
Oh. Gordon. Remember, that was Mortal Guts did a lot of that. That wasn't Carpet Bomber alone. Far from it, in fact. Right, that's the way out.
We picked up a glyph.
What do you mean?
On the radar.
Fuck
Proceed
off.
quickly.
How?
Okay.
Harry,
I'm
you
here.
fated
When
to
I'm
kill a
done
fucking
working for
dreadnought on your
DRG,
assignment or something.
I'm starting my own
Yeah, I'm
bloody
very
mine. Show 'em how it's done.
That could be like things you have to do in your assignment. Kill a dreadnought.
Watch out, it's a big one.
He's a
There
big-
aren't really small ones.
Well, I mean the twins are smaller.
Hive God is bigger than the one anyway.
The Hive God is weird, isn't it? The Hive God is literally meant to be
One less obstacle.
further along in the process.
Is that canonical?
I'm pretty sure it just says that in the manual.
So a mother / queen
Ready to blow.
Hive Guardian. They're not that ones.
It's on you.
radiator, bitch.
And that's for you.
Once again, not really got the build for this.
I don't think anyone does it.
You barely are.
Correct! That was quick. Now where's that sugar? I saw some red sugar. It's not there anymore. You shoot it down.
Supply drop has been ordered and is on the way.
I was thinking about meeting.
I think they found the.
At any point, Tyler, you want to put a shield on the resupply?
There's a resupply?
Put a shield between the resupply.
Here, get into cover.
Oh, I have a big shield, which is cool and all, but also not gonna last very long.
I'm taking some. Like stepping on a slug.
Almost bad.
Ready to do some
Look how
great.
terrible carpet one. Culture swine.
Me? Me?
Yeah, you.
Looks dead. We go home now.
No.
No.
We gotta extract 325 more kite, neutralize
Really?
3 contagion spikes.
We done that.
Grab fucking 20 blue caps.
Oh,
And kill a fucking dreadnought. Just to get like fuck all money. And the dwarf's life.
No time to wonder why these all there is to life. You don't punch myself with the nose.
I mean, that must be a horrible place to punch yourself.
I think they've got pretty sturdy noses.
Yeah, I guess they're quite
Callous.
blunt.
Callous. I'm rigid.
Yeah. Stable.
Able.
Formed.
Dabbly. I've dropped a total of
Solid.
25 frames.
What's that? That's good, right?
That's not a lot at all.
Even on good streams, they get worse than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you been up there?
Found something!
Little inlet. It's got magnite in it.
In it.
In it. Right. Everything is cool when you're part of the crew.
I don't know if have you watched Lego Movie 2?
Yeah, I saw it in cinemas.
Look over
Right,
here!
yeah, I watched it on
I
Netflix,
found some
like-
red sugar!
Well, after I assume. But like, I noticed that the other guy was voiced by Chris Pratt. But I
Yeah.
didn't then put together that they were the same person.
Even when you were
I
watching
just assumed they were being stingy, and they didn't fucking.
You were stingy
like,
by hiring Chris Pratt.
paying someone
Watch
else.
It's highly addictive.
What do you mean? Hold on, I'm confused now because. So even after watching the movie.
No, during the movie. When I
Right.
heard his voice, I'm like, that's Chris
Well, I didn't.
Pratt also.
I didn't figure that out. I didn't figure either part out beforehand.
Oh.
What? Huh? What a twist!
Well, it was first. It was I recognized this guy's voice, and then obviously Emmett talked. I'm like, oh, that's why. Because second fucking person.
next
We can put blood in the car. Radiation.
the hell?
Radiation!
Not great.
What? Song?
That would be the greatest insult ever. If someone like vocoded
Red
like
sugar.
EO to a Imagine Dragons song.
Hated Imagine Dragons.
What?
Thought you hated Imagine.
That's why I said it'd be the greatest insult ever.
Rock seriously
Oh,
need to invest
it would be the
in
greatest
some
thing ever.
better equipment.
And you can see why you confused me.
No,
Or why I was confused.
because I said the right word. I said the word that I said.
Shut up.
So like you're just silly.
Shut up. Banned.
Rockin'.
Banned.
Banned.
Speaking
I know.
of banned,
Where is
Uh,
it? Damn you.
yes, we haven't actually said this yet. Well,
Scanner's gonna
yeah.
flip the size of a
Harry's
drop
banned
card.
from the
Brace for
Deep
swarm
Rock
team.
Discord.
Banned
Which
being a
is,
cool guy.
Yeah, and for posting
it's-
a face.
Well, is it that? Do you think it's that then?
What's that? That's what the guy did say. The moderator said he got him banned.
Yeah, I guess so.
Although I read the
Just
rules,
look at him as you got him.
broke
No,
rules.
exactly. Because actually, what it was, it just annoyed someone.
Yeah.
Wasn't, you couldn't,
And then
you
the
couldn't call it
moderator just
harassment
didn't
either.
enter
It wasn't really targeted at all.
Literally, some guy screamed, "I want to see your war face." So you sent like a photo of like one of those things where people make face or make shapes out of like
Mining
letters and
hardware.
stuff.
Text
And you sent a face. Yeah. And you sent a face, and that was it. No. Which might not have been the best idea, because
Well,
you
I
were
had
also
also just told someone that they were wrong. Basically, anything.
you were provoking people, but you
Yeah,
also weren't
but there was
actually
no
doing
bad
anything wrong
language.
by
There was
any.
no slurs, no actual aggression. And I didn't say that. I wasn't doing that. I was about to stop anything. I wouldn't be harassing.
Yeah.
And then,
There's always a different people. Well, the thing you got banned for was not anything. It was literally a response to a comment. That was it. And yeah, I read the rules and didn't break any rules. And the point is that we kind of discovered that the fucking Discord is ran by a bunch of I don't know people that don't pay attention to anything.
yeah, because if they had looked, it does feel like someone just thanked me up for the mods that I get banned.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
they
felt
did
like
not
that.
look at it.
And I think they just it wasn't. That's not great. Better than that.
Yeah. Which I don't know,
But
I
you can
guess
just
it's a
think, I
very
think I
formal
might be
complaint.
permabanned as well.
Haven't been able to rejoin since,
Yes,
have
you
you?
could
It's been like a
possibly.
week.
So it's not section, it's beyond the Discord.
No.
Well, actually, in a way, it is. Actually, no, so it's not. Because I was thinking about the thing I used to use it for was looking at the experimental patch notes, but I forgot they actually can't do that now. It's a part of the experimental branch, but there's a page in Steam where you can look at them, and that's what we did. These are great. Fine. I don't need to be in the Discord. You know what? It's a blessing, really. You know, while you're at it, ban Tyler too.
No. Someone's got to get a. How? Well, yeah. While we're here, does anyone know how the fuck you're supposed to get
Wally,
like, credited as a
over
video
here.
creator?
Well,
The
not gonna
Discord.
happen
Because I
now,
think
is
that's. Well, no, yeah, obviously. But I mean, I was still on my account. Plus, you know, we can actually make a barrier account. But like, it's. I think that's what you need to get the
Go
armor.
lie down for
Pretty sure.
right. I always forget about the streamer armor, but I really want.
Yeah. So that's
Well, think again.
Because I should not have something.
Ready.
I think we are definitely qualified. I mean, yeah, no, we have like
Oh, we're not.
probably.
I'll say this.
If
we're
I
not,
were to
we're not
go
less
through the
qualified
video
than Snowing
creators-
Fate, so.
Oh, I'm out of it. If I were to go through the video creators on the Discord, we would probably end up being
That
at like
thing almost
at least
ate
in the
my
middle,
pickaxe.
as far as like
Molly, come
views
here.
and subscribers go.
Yeah. Go with that.
I need the damn minecart on legs. Where is it?
So yeah, where's our weirdly coloured armor ghost ship? Huh? Where's
Yeah.
our stereo headgear? Where is the nitro that I just made?
Not rolling
No.
so much now,
With
are
the
ya?
shellbacks free frame.
Relax.
I think I've disconnected. Yeah, everything's not moving. But it's also moving, but it's also not moving.
Oh yeah, you're like you just stand still. Oh,
I'm with you, you beardless thunderbutt.
get on with it then.
I know, right? Come on, game. Fucking hell.
If you're gonna crash,
Well, I don't mean crashing, but I might disconnect.
what's the difference? There we go. See what was in the bag.
Right there.
Hello,
I
Bosco.
feel like a mule.
That's interesting. Bosco can't pick up the resource bag, so it plays
Bosco, come here.
All your objectives are completed. Drop pod beacon awaits activation.
Oh, does that make sense? Hmm.
Blimey.
No. Can't.
No, I can't join either.
How does it work though? Is it being an extraction phase and it stops you, or is it just because I can think?
Yeah. Distraction, please.
I might be on the server list.
Here.
Made it public. Is that so? Cargo crate.
Resupply ordered.
Supply pod
Cargo space?
launched.
No, can't I
Stand
do
by.
that? Cargo road.
Boom.
You're not on the server list, are you?
Feel my
How do
wrath.
you know?
There ain't no bearing about.
Time to
How do you
restart.
know?
I'm gonna reset my.
You filtered?
Should I reset my game?
So,
Sorry,
Right.
whoever's watching. Yes, obviously, I'm not fucking dumb.
well,
It's just
guess
that
what?
chances
Depends
are,
which one.
it wasn't me that disconnected, it was you.
That's rude.
Time to pay Molly a
Fuck,
visit.
so just get out of here.
Maybe we're not gonna
Work as
die.
always, team. Drop pod is on the way.
Oh, should I not have done that?
I'm resetting my game.
Oh.
Depositing
Oh,
minerals.
my way around?
It's just a breeze. Ready to kill some more crates.
Well, it's not that
I've
bad.
yet
Do
to
two
finish a
massive
fucking mission.
Two massive fucking missions, you get nothing out of it. Something like that.
It's.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
I mean, you get sprinklings of like performance points. That's less than you would get for finishing a short mission. But
Oh! Let's take all the wind out of my sails.
yourselves.
But I assume you still have topics you didn't bring up for some fucking reason.
No.
Alright then.
Kind of.
I think I'm,
So, what?
well, I think I'm done. I'm pissed. I spent like 2 full fucking hours in this game and I have nothing to show for it. It's taking me a lot less to stop.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
What are you doing?
Go.
Basically, what the topic is going to be. What the topic is, It was like season 4, perks or overclocks, and then we would debate which one was more likely, which one was more. I mean, I think it's fairly conclusive, more likely, and what people want.
Yeah.
Anything we haven't done to make any potential argument for overclocks.
With these overclocks is that definitely, but they're not a priority ever.
Ever?
They
Is it?
no, they shouldn't be a priority ever. Anything that is significant should take precedent over them. But once there is nothing left,
Galactic thanks you for
nothing
your
but
good work.
overclocks from then
Drop
on,
pod will
right?
leave with or
Like,
without you.
or if they can't think of anything for a season, overclocks, and then they come up with something, or like people say, hey, this could do with an update again, or maybe new guns, then, right?
See, I agree with your sentiment, but I also believe in an overclock dump before we get to that point as well.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you on that, but I think we're approaching, once perks are done, I think overclocks is next. Like, there's not really anything the game would need next that isn't unreasonably
It's
huge
interesting to
and
think about
game-changing.
what they're gonna do, what the plans are gonna be once we get to that point.
Yeah, although it's worrying that they have shown a lack of planning for that kind of thing. They have said that they only start planning the next season, or I guess, actually no, maybe not planning the next season. I think I might have heard them wrong. It might have been making the next season. They might do as soon as they finished. It might have actually been planned stuff, but I don't know. Fucking hell. It's just, I don't know. It's annoying, but it's not annoying. We need a roadmap to get us through this, because the future is completely grey right now, and that's always the worst time.
When's like,
But at least,
on average, do games tend to have like their roadmaps constant, as in once an update is out or a season is out, you know roughly what's going to be in the next one already? That usually common practice.
generally roadmaps, they're like at least the next 3 updates.
Oh, there's also that. That's usually what that's usually why. It's not that they come out straight after an update. It's that they usually cover more time.
More than one. Yeah, like Siege, I remember it used to do like, it used to release a season pass thing where you would get all the characters for the year, and then they would tell you the plan for the year. Like you'd get characters here, a new map there, stuff like that, rework here, and that'd be like the entire year set up.
Oh yeah, baby. I've got what's it called? Acid wash. Acid wash. The paint job. You know, like it's like splattered. But it's not. It's a bit of an issue because. Well, actually, I'd love this for armor, not the other way around. I wouldn't care as much about splattered as a weapon paint job. But this is still really nice. This is what you might call fire. Or acid.
There's just so much potential in this game, it's irritating. I do think it's an amazing game, but it could literally be unparalleled. But obviously, I don't genuinely believe that all of our ideas will solve all the game's problems and it'll be the best game ever. But I do genuinely, because obviously we don't know the full picture, we don't know any limitations they have, we don't know that stuff, like we don't know if maybe the ideas we have may sound good, but like marketing wise it won't work, right? Because now they do really care about news feeds, right? Each season needs to be a grand thing that they can send to fucking gaming news websites and get published and all that kind of stuff. It needs to be a big kick up dirt or whatever. Like, it needs to make a whole big thing about it.
Kick up the dirt.
And a bunch. If an update was literally just we added 20 overclocks to like every gun, right? The people that play the game would come violently, right?
Well, we know that's not going to be. That wouldn't just be it though, because it would still be because of how it is now. That would be a season, so there'd be seasonal content. That would be.
Exactly,
both
but
things
that's the
would be
thing. The seasonal content is the thing that actual news places talk about. That's the content that they publish as the new season.
Do they?
Play our game
Or do
because
they
of
just
this
talk
new
about
stuff.
the fact that it's a new season?
No, like,
And
I think
that's
I've seen a
sort of just
thing
as
where it's
part
like,
of it.
oh yeah, like the game Deep Rock Galactic is a new threat, the Lithophage, and it's like all that, and
Perhaps.
it's
or-
just yeah, which is why they put more attention to that stuff. Well, no, it's probably not why, but I could see a reason as to why they would put more attention to the stuff that the news would cover, and then people would read about and then start playing the game, than the stuff. Because it's always been a thing that clearly Ghost Ship would prefer to market towards new players than old. That's not weird either. That's a very normal thing for a game to do. And I think still Deep Rock caters towards older players. They try and put them in consideration, right? Like the Battle Pass benefited everyone, right? Even old players now have things to do thanks to the Battle Pass, right? So that was clearly a thought, like a plan that helps everyone. But
Yeah.
they still,
Oh, sure.
you know, they're not adding any new promotional tiers.
You
They're
just
not
cut out
players
for
have
like
accumulated.
5 seconds there. That's pretty funny.
Right. Yeah. Point is that yeah, they haven't actually specifically added anything for long-term players since the Scale Brigade armor. I would say.
Yeah, it's
and
like I just
calling
think
level 100s long-term is kind of rough.
well,
but,
that's
yeah.
just wrong.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like getting to the point where the things that the long-term players want aren't going to take that much effort, and it's just like, is it really worth not doing that
Yeah,
instead of
because the thing
bloating the
is-
game with all of this high-effort stuff? Why don't you just take a little
The thing
bit of
is,
time
is that
to do this
the
stuff
most-
that won't take much?
yeah, but the logical thing is, especially for a business, the logical thing is that you don't need to cater towards long-time players because clearly they'll continue playing anyway, right? They don't need to put in the minimal effort that long-term players like desire, like a couple more promotions. They don't need to.
You know what?
People
if they
will-
add
they'll just continue
I'm
playing.
going to throw something out. If they add the retirement system, I'll buy every DLC for someone else, or gift it, give them money.
Yeah, no.
So there you go.
It,
There's your reason. I'll give you a shitload of money. I'll give you a
that is like £100 now, by the way.
Alright, I won't do that.
Yeah, but it's just something that, like, as a business, it just doesn't make sense to cater towards old players. But like,
I know.
as a game designer, it also doesn't make 100% sense. But it is still a strat, right?
Strat.
Considering
Yeah.
Ghost Ship's whole monetization model is to make players love them so much that they're willing to support them, right?
Yeah.
And I think if the most dedicated of fans are beginning to feel left out, that will counter, you know, that's going to kind of fuck with that whole image and that whole monetization scheme, where the people the most invested in your game aren't entirely willing to support you because they feel like they've been abandoned. That is something they need to think about, to be honest.
Can't ignore it forever.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know, obviously we used, you know, chilling back. We still obviously get to enjoy all the new content, so we're not getting nothing to do. I say we. I mean, I guess 400 today. That ain't bad. But like fucking yeah. But like, I don't know, just yeah. But it's once again, it's one of those things that it's not worth investing in. Same with the Hazard 6. It just doesn't make logical sense to do it. Which is why they need to find a alternate path that benefits everyone.
Turrets and explosions.
Which
You've come to the right
I
place,
don't know, I
mate.
think
Oh yeah.
is like the idea of adding something at a level 1,000 just because it benefits everyone.
But it won't, though, will it? It doesn't benefit me.
I guess no. Well, you'd get something new.
I've got better ideas than just adding that.
Same.
I can't.
Why not?
I'm scared.
It's not like you're gonna make a fucking video on it.
I am.
When, like, in 7 years, you've got so many built up by the sounds of it.
No, I don't. It's part. It's all one. All one.
Oh my. Is it gonna be like how I would fix Deep Rock? Or something
No,
like
because it doesn't. It's
that?
no.
Clickbait as hell.
Yeah, I mean, we might call it that.
Should be. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cheeky.
Very cheeky, but it works.
I'd do it.
Driller's got a
This is
grenade
nice.
problem, and here's how I'd fix it. Fucking worked, right?
Yeah,
Like-
but if I'm being honest, I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, obviously.
So
Yeah.
eat my balls. If you would be so kind.
This.
Yeah, acid wash paint job is pretty fire. You already said that. So there you go. That's basically that could be a podcast. So
Yeah,
I
it's
reckon-
about as long as a podcast.
yeah, well, yeah, it was
Perfect.
at least as long. It was at least long enough to be one.
Yeah. The thing I wonder is if we were to then post it, will it do as well as the other podcasts? Because if it does, then obviously we'd
Well,
have
I'll
the benefit
reshare
of
it
actually
once
having
I've
footage.
fully branded it.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll reshare it. Yeah, I assume it wouldn't change the post that already exists. Reddit.
I had a
Change the
notification and it still
YouTube
has it
details.
as like Christmas thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Different. Ah. I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre.
Which is why I do and don't want to sit down with like a dev,
Mhm.
right?
Why wouldn't
Like if we could get on a fucking, well, because I feel like if we were to actually ask hard hitting questions, he'll just end up doing the normal dev responses. At least if we're
Yeah.
recording it, or maybe not. Like it'd just be
we pretend,
like,
pretend
I'm like-
that we're not recording then?
yeah. Well, even still though, because he would probably say it afterwards. But like, we were like, why aren't you catering towards, or like, why won't you do like more promotions or something like that? And he'd be like, oh, it's on the plans. Like we
Well,
you know,
no, hold
no
on a
plans or
minute. Well,
something like
you
that.
see, that would be very easy to see through though, because they've given reasoning for that, and they've also probably said at one point, no plans, because they do that a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would work. We see through his facade immediately.
Yeah, which I think is why we would need to ask questions like, I guess the question would be, then what are the plans,
Well, we could put some-
right?
Oh yeah.
What, like, if all of these things aren't on the table, what are your options? What do you think you could add? And obviously, but then he wouldn't want to answer because that will spoil stuff.
Let me add the splattered effect as something that you can put on any armor paint job. Like that. Get that.
This is another thing, which is why I wouldn't want to do it, because you'll keep doing shit like this.
What?
You would ask dumbass questions.
That's a good idea.
constantly.
Aerodynamic. I like it.
What?
It's not really an
Look at this
idea.
guy I made. He's amazing.
I can't.
You can actually. You can. You can go to
Oh.
YouTube because you got to see the weapons.
I don't want to. Can't be asked.
What else are you
But-
gonna do?
I don't know. Do parkour like I normally do.
Yeah, but like on your phone or something.
Yeah, but I'm not.
What?
I'm just not. I just refuse.
Guy's cool, man. He's got the.
But yeah.
He's got the fire. You've got the touch. You've got the power.
Yeah, I still can't actually join you. It says that you're in a mission. And you're not.
No,
Space Rig.
I'm in Space Rig.
Yeah, it's something fucked.
Something's fucked.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just
Clip
fucking.
Yeah,
It's
boy,
annoying.
You look like a
It's just the game has so much potential, and I don't think season 3 did not live up to it.
arguably too much potential for them to handle.
Yeah. Which is why I say just take it slow, man. Just you know, but they're taking it
Hold on, but they are.
too slow, I'd argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not though, right?
And what do you
take
want?
it slow by slowly doing the most important things, but they're not. They're slowly doing unimportant things. No
I
one
agree.
fucking wanted grenades. Fuck off grenades.
All right. See, this is why they won't listen to us, Tyler.
I don't give a shit. Fuck the grenades. Waste of
What you
fucking
had to say,
time.
fuck them.
And then, not
say
to mention, obviously, this new life with phase, all that stuff. Cool, fine, whatever. It's your fucking game. You make this dumb shit. But like, like new additions. But just fucking suck on balls and fucking rename the fucking thing. It ain't a fucking warning, is it? It just ain't. Nothing like all the other warnings. So much more. Fucking rename it. Go on, do it, you pussies. Fucking hell. So dumb. So much potential just being constantly fucking wasted with these shit fuck updates. Apparently, I'm getting angry.
I don't know how.
It's because I just think about it and I'm like,
I don't know,
that
I
was
just
wasted
can't
potential.
conceive
Oh, that was
getting
disappointing.
annoyed
Oh,
by
that
it.
was sad. But it's annoying with just I don't
It's a
know,
bad build. Use it.
because the devs team is so good, so comfortable, so reliable as like a dev team, and the game is obviously so fucking good. Then why is it so disappointing recently? What's going wrong that is causing a lack
Nothing.
of the quality we came used to?
Much less than you think. I think we've there's a combination of, yeah, I think we're partially right, but also we've probably tricked ourselves into thinking it's worse than it is. Like being so hyper analytical. And yes, I think that's it really.
Decisions.
We've gotten to a point where we can't help but be critical. Because praise is
I don't know what
very
you mean.
easy to exhaust. Or just not do. Yeah.
Guys, we gotta roll.
Well, then let's try and praise this current update.
Oh, the update.
Season 3, let's praise it. Alright? First of all, like for phage enemies are very satisfying to kill. Very, very nice.
It's
very,
revolutionary,
very
guys.
poppy. Alright, now you go.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I really
Doesn't
like
matter if you've already said it.
meteors. They fucking stick.
Yeah. You like the falling meteorite. Like everything, or just like
All of it. The whole thing. And the small ones.
the design, the
Yep.
the mechanics,
Yep.
the actual thing?
Yep.
I do agree with you. The meteorites are probably the best event they've added in ever. It's probably machine events, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That will teach
Alright.
you.
Go on.
Thing is, most of them I'm thinking of are backhanded compliments.
Well, give one of those then.
The LIFO, the vacuum cleaning thing, is less annoying than I thought it would be.
Okay. Okay. What?
I warned you it was a backhanded
Yeah,
compliment.
you're not wrong. You're not bloody wrong, mate. Wow.
Like it is actually, you know, it's about. I expected it to be like when I did watch gameplay of it. It seemed like it was going to be more laborious than normal, but it actually does at least match the general. It being a task, but still like, you know, the kind of it's your job, but it's a fun job. And it feels like what I thought it was going to be more of a pain in the ass than not.
But obviously you've got the I would admit there's a slight issue with Season 3 is that most things do kind of have caveats, or there's no overarching caveat of like, yeah, there's good things I can point out, but I just think it could have been better in
Molly!
or different in a better way. Good way. Not
Yeah, but we're not going to talk
the
about
problems
that
are more
because we
broad though, aren't
can't.
they? It's more on the like, sort of topic of the direction rather than don't think any of the actual content is bad.
No, yeah.
That's
I mean,
which I think that's not. I don't think that's that backhanded. I mean, it's a bit weird 'cause it's sort of like a negative, where it's like it's not bad. It's just like none of the content is bad. I think that is a compliment.
Yeah, we both agree that obviously the meteorite's good. The warning, I think they should just rename it. But as what it is, it's really fucking solid. Adds a lot. It really changes up the cave.
It being called a warning is really getting on your tits, isn't it?
It is. It's just such a bad idea. Just objectively fucking terrible. It is a legitimate, like, just brain numb, just, oh, it's not a game mode, so it's a warning. Like, it's such a fucking disgustingly lazy, like, just, you are developers, fucking make it how it should be, what it is. It's better than a warning, it's more significant than a warning. Rename it, fucking franchise it, and then you have a new path to go on. It's so fucking obvious. And I can only assume that they genuinely just didn't think that anything could be outside of game mode and warning. That was it. That's the constraints that they built themselves into. And unless there is a technical reason as to why it's literally not possible to add another fucking variant of the fucking whatever they're called, like the mutators, unless it's literally impossible, then I refuse to believe that that was like just an absent-minded decision. Just literally,
it's impossible. That would raise some other concerns.
Yeah, I mean,
from the game then.
Well, I don't know. I can only imagine, like, they're not the biggest team in the world. I think, as far as I'm aware, obviously this isn't like the first game they've technically worked on. Like, I imagine a lot of them are veterans on games, but as like a company, I think this is their first game, aren't they? Isn't it?
You're doing wonders for viewer retention, I think.
it's fucking, I don't know.
I'm doing my part.
I don't know. It just feels like they are actively constraining themselves.
Can I point out that this came from us trying to praise them? Which is
yes,
you know how much that sucks, because we do genuinely. It doesn't sound like it,
because
especially from you, but we do really do respect them.
Yeah,
a lot.
But like all the things, like obviously the quality was there, and I never doubted it for an instant. Never for an instant did I think these life of phage enemies would be shit fuck, and like the game is gonna really die after this.
I should point out, I don't think the quality ever really wavered, to be honest.
No, they reliably,
maintained.
Yeah, they always put the exact, like, they're constantly ramping up their efforts into stuff, which is always admirable, and they're always putting in 110% with everything they add. The only issue with recently is that their direction was slightly like wrong. Like, robots weren't really like I don't know, they didn't really play test them enough with the community. Clearly, they kind of got lost in their own little thing. Like, oh yeah, we should add robots and we should do this, without really realizing that generally they're not pleasant to go up against. But like, that's a mistake that a development team is going to make. And just as I expected Ghost Ship would, they took it on the chin. They were like, we agree, we understand, we'll move on and we'll improve. And then they made one of the most satisfying to fucking kill enemies. And it's just like, okay, cool, yeah, fair enough. Once again, Ghost Ship was fucking amazing, as I completely and utterly trust them to be. But it's just, I don't know, it just, there's so many annoying things where I expect them to do amazingly, and they do it, but they do it in a weirdly long time, and it produce weirdly little as well. like once again, I am by no means comparing them to other companies in any regard, equal size, bigger. I am comparing them to themselves from the past, and it's just weird. And I don't know, and like the only thing that you can point to has changed is season. The simple naming of seasons has changed the nature of the game, where content isn't inherently amazing. It's a mixed bag. Like the quality is always there, but like the direction the quality went into, or the quantity of it, and the time it takes to do it, these things have suddenly become issues. because of the. I can't put my finger on where and why, but like since the seasons, because as mentioned, before seasons were a thing, those updates before then were the best fucking updates known to man, right? Other company and other fucking games would be jealous to get the quality and quantity and like passion that those updates were. But then as soon as they went, honestly, it feels like a bit more corporate, and they created the seasons and all that kind of stuff.
No, I don't think it's corporate. I think, well, there is an argument for corporatisation in that term, but I don't think it's corporate inherent to them being seasons. The problem is inherent to how they view seasons. They thought that what they needed was to make things more themed. They started putting themes first and then the content first, which is just wrong.
Yeah, we established that. But I think it's also, it came from a place of marketing and of growth. Like, seasons were a business decision. Because of the thing with the news feed, like the news stuff, like, creating seasons and that kind of content was just, I don't know, it was just a business move. It was many things, right? Because obviously, I wasn't in the fucking office. Obviously, I'm fucking UK first of all. I don't work there, any of that stuff. But like, I can already see like multiple. Like, they've given some reasons, right? That like season pass, season pass was made for player retention. It keeps people playing through the seasons, because despite what I just said, despite how amazing them adding the 2 game modes and the 2 biomes were, those seasons I only really played for like a couple weeks after each of them came out, right? If that. I really didn't stick around for long, because the game didn't really encourage it until the season passes. And the season passes, I stand by, are fucking amazing. They are a genius idea. The issue is that they get tied to seasons. And that they have, and I've gone through this before, and at this point I'm just ticking off the list of things that irk me. They went for seasons without understanding what a season actually is. They went for seasons without realizing that seasons require a deadline, a date, a period of time.
So
seasons are this long.
You think you think it was actually a fairly uninformed decision? It is, like, it could be simplified. I don't think it was uninformed. Well, no, but it could be simplified to like they saw it as like a flashy name for update.
I think they, and I don't quite understand. But I don't understand the saying, but I think they baked their cake and they wanted to eat it too, or some shit like that. Whatever the saying is, right? They were like,
okay, you can't make you can eat it too. It's like, well, what do you mean?
And the same was like, now you made your bed, now lie in it, which was also like, what the fuck else are you supposed to do? Not lie in your bed.
Get in.
Yeah, but like they wanted to be like, okay, seasons equals player retention, equals news coverage, equals like big splashes of gameplay that like gets everyone riled up and hyped, right? These are the positives. What they didn't realize is that there's also like a secret fucking feature, which is reliability.
They knew that they were meant to be regular, but they never brought up the idea of frequency. No, they did.
4 to 6 months.
There's our recharging.
2 months gap. Like, they're like, we will release an update around there.
In my opinion, seasons are actually more about frequency than consistency.
Yeah, they are, which is something that Ghost Ship needs to understand, and they need to put a fucking deadline on the season. Each time they make a new season, they say either 4 months, which it's fucking a different universe maybe, or realistically just out the gate admit 6 months. 6 months. We're gonna get 2 seasons out every year, 6 months each. Here's the date. This season's just come out. You will now know when next season comes out. You won't know what it will be. We'll release that as time goes on, but you'll know that it comes out in 6 months, right? That is what every other fucking game company does, right? And as much as I don't think that's inherently a good thing, right? Because Deep Rock is better than them in most regards, I think this is a thing that they've done wrong. They should have the reliability and the stability that other game seasons have. Yeah.
Which sounds bad, but it's like, it's art, you know? If you've got passion, you should be able to, you know, what we're calling it, as if it's not just a job. As if it's not, you know?
Well, it's I don't know. It's just I don't know if they fear crunch, probably maybe, no. But like I don't think they've ever I don't
Don't
think they've
enforce
ever
it.
shown
Allow it, though.
shown symptoms that. Well, I think that's the thing, because they've never actually really had a deadline, have they? Like, they never set a deadline until they already know they can make it, right? Like, that's the thing. So I don't think they've ever really experienced crunch. At least they never really should have.
Sorry, guys, there's
unless
some sex bots in the chat. Sex bot, sex bot.
yeah, and it's just kind of, I don't know. I just have so much faith in them, yet they're just not quite meeting it. It's just not quite making the decisions that obviously that I feel like they should do, which is why I'm an entitled fucking prick, right?
Yeah,
but
we
like
are a little bit entitled.
not a little
Maybe
bit,
more
way
than a little
entitled. We have no right talking about the game like that. But it's still a fact that these are the things that we feel about the game. That is a fact. Whether or not our opinions have any merit on what they should be doing with the game, or you, the viewers, think they should be doing with the game, that's up for you and them to decide. But this is the fact that their current seasonal model update scheme, when put under a microscope, feels disappointing to us. And that irks me.
Well,
because
it's like there's some things that I feel like need to be sort of laid out in a more objective manner, because it's when you say like, oh, I'm comparing to their past selves or something, I sometimes feel like, well, that's a little bit flimsy, because it hasn't always been more than 2 updates a year. But there has been more than 2 updates a year, and I feel like seasons causing us to go below 3 updates a year consistently doesn't sound right. If the seasonal mod, if this supposedly good change is the reason why we're only going to be getting 2 updates a year, that doesn't sound like a good change.
Yeah, and once again, like, obviously, it just doesn't add up. I think it must come down to the fact, and at this point, this is my complete headcanon, and they need to come out and confirm this, that the reason why this took 6 seasons is because of the LIFO. 6 months is because of the LIFO mechanic and the hoovering stuff. That must be the only reason this took 6 months, because because coding something new will take longer, right? I don't know enough really to talk about it in depth, but I can only assume that a part 2 would be quicker than a part 1, because they would just reuse the mechanics they've already made, because they have to come up.
Yeah, this is the
with
weird
this
thing,
first
isn't it? Because we don't quite know that because of the way season 2 was, where it's like I think most of that time
I'm
was
having the
spent
best
on
time
weapons,
in my life right
so
now.
Yeah, I think
realistically,
that
a part 2 should take take less time than that did. But we don't know that.
especially
We've got a part 2 that doesn't
Molly!
have such a big addition like new weapons.
because
in it.
to be honest with you, I think season 2 took so long due to the secondaries. I think that is a pretty confident shout, because I doubt the hacking event took that long, considering they didn't have to remake or make hacking as a thing. It was already there. They reused it, which is smart. I want them to do that more, especially if it saves everyone time and energy, right? Like, the people get the content quicker, they put it out faster and with less effort, right? Win, 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 win all around. Which is why we need a part 2 for this, the Life of Rage, so they can actually make good time.
There's equipment possibly that could implement.
I think, yeah. Well, I think the interesting thing is the I don't know if that's actually true, because I was about to say now there's a mechanic for like picking up and using something, but I just realised that's been a thing since Escort Doing, right? So I don't actually then know what. Maybe they made it more universal. Maybe it was only an oral suction beam thing. Maybe now they're going to be able to use picking stuff up as a feature a lot more easily. But like, I don't know. It's just they're
allow for, like,
paving
cool like weapon drops that you can call in like a super weapon
Like,
that you can hold.
Yeah.
Like
I
that.
think I've got like a metaphor for what I think they're doing, which obviously isn't that valuable. But like, say you've got like 2 villages, right?
Okay.
And they're
Is
they're
this a
like
Clash of
deep in the
Clans based
jungle.
analogy?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yes,
2
it is.
villages deep in the jungle, and there is a road between them, right? Ghost Ship is just like kind of like, I don't know, maybe if something happens on the road, and Ghost Ship is like, okay, we're gonna redirect the road, and and instead of going for like maybe clearing out the destruction for just to do it simply, they keep destroying the jungle. They keep going the extra effort and a lot harder to just do that, right? They keep putting in so much more time, so much more effort to virtually achieve the same result, being an update, right? Obviously, and I would say, add this to the metaphor, the path that Ghost Ship made through the jungle is way better than the original path, right? Like, its quality is completely there, and they are justified in doing it. But there is a question as to whether or not, you know, there could have been a mid-ground, to be honest. Like, maybe, you know, add the LIFO foam, but just cut corners somewhere else so there is actual quantity there, which is what I can only assume and hope season 2 is. Or 3 or 4, well, fucking hell.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I guess
slow.
part 2 was in my head.
No more leeching off me.
But like, yeah, it's them reusing lipofoam in some shape or regard. Either that, or just, you know, keeping it around at the very least. I mean, I'm thinking, you know, like my game mode with the fucking mechanic in there, like literally straight up copy and paste a warning into a whole ass game mode, and then stuff like that. And then, you know, reuse the fact that you've already got the pipping, you've already got the lipophage enemy. Like
when it comes to the actual mission modifier, like the mission conditions, I think rival like industrial sabotage. I think it does just use the rival presence conditions or robot ambushes. Well, you know how you can't get a rival.
Make any sense.
You can't get a rival presence. Like the conditions, basically, like the settings that have been changed. You know, obviously the communication center, current controller. That's not like a setting. It's something that's been added to the mission. Like settings can include what kind of ambushes you get, and the rival presence adds rival ambushes. Well, the industrial sabotage already has that on it. Basically.
Come here.
Yeah, no, because I do think part 2 of the Rivals, like season 2, is exactly what I'm talking about. They reused so many mechanics to do it, like the hacking in the
well, the thing with the hacking though, it's
event.
mechanically different. It's like it's a different mini game. So
yeah, I guess, but it's still the same kind of thing. They had to code in interacting and pulling out something like that, right? That was a whole thing, which I imagine they reused. And I don't mean reusing a bad thing. As mentioned, I know very little coding. The bit I did do, I literally copied. Like, that's kind of how it works, really. Once you make the code or someone else makes the code, you just copy and paste it, because it's no one's gonna judge you. It's like it comes out the end product at the end of the day. You don't want to waste so much time writing code you could have just copied and pasted from elsewhere, right? Like, it's just, I don't know, which leads to like season 2. I mean, it took a while, but I do genuinely think it's because of guns, because they couldn't copy and paste the guns. The guns used so many new fucking shits, right?
They did, to be fair, didn't they? It was like, all of those pretty much new mechanics.
Which is my point as well.
Being the simplest one, still has new mechanics.
Yeah. Which is why we need to, like, when we do get Overclock, which may be next season, maybe season after, they need to bring the new mechanics from the new weapons back to the old weapons, to save them time and add Overclocks and just spread the balance out, just that kind of stuff. Like, make the old guns more interesting, make their jobs easier, that kind of thing.
Yeah, give the grenade launcher the hurricane.
Like, that's kind of what I did with like one of the things in the revolver with the new elemental effect with the crossbow, with like the explode on death thing. Just bring that back, add it to a different gun, right? So that status effect. Because if you think about it, right, they spent time making that status effect, right? If that is then only ever used on one thing, was it really worth the time? Like, maybe, like, you know, arguably it did its job. It's fine.
Well,
but if you use it again,
are based on like horror.
Exactly. Yeah. So they brought forward. Yeah. Exactly. And they got more use.
And obviously, pheromones is already a thing. So don't ignore the new one that you made as if it's already not on a pedestal. Well, it's kind of on a pedestal in that it's the only really brand new one out of those 3.
Exactly.
But it doesn't have to. It shouldn't be the brand new one because they should add it to other things.
And in them reusing these old stuff, they making it originally more useful, right? They made pheromones a more useful use of their time by integrating it further into the game. And that's what they need to do with the newer stuff. Everything that they just keep throwing onto everything, they need to integrate further.
Like, look at what the wave cooker's got, you know?
Yeah, each of the new guns have something, right? They have
I don't see how else you would implement the blisters. Like, can you think of that on the spot?
Yeah, life range.
Sorry, I mean, as an overclock,
like,
another weapon overclock.
But it is
That's actually a good point. Sorry, no, maybe that is a good point though. Maybe that is genuinely a good point. That maybe that's an okay way to use it as well.
That's what I'm saying.
But, like, it's just the radiation effect. I want to see. I like that a lot.
They are doing
it.
exactly what I'm saying, right? They are doing it. It's just not the only thing they're doing.
Tyler,
They are adding
how
new
much of
things
this,
on top of it.
How much of this would be quenched if they added little men?
Well, I don't know. It's just rads, which I do still think should be a thing, but it's that just stems from the fact that I don't see why they gave it fire when minigun has already got fire. Like, it just feels dumb. Like, it just feels stupid. That, like, why would you want
the Hurricane does have this, like, it has the unique mechanic attached to it, but in a lot of ways the Hurricane does actually feel quite I wouldn't say half. No, I think I would say half-assed actually. It doesn't feel like they cared about it as much as the others.
And
it feels like it still feels like they don't.
That, but it is something that you know, as you mentioned, it does still have a new mechanic. Even though you just said that, it feels like they really half-assed it. It has the homing shots, right, where shots home on the way you're looking. They could bring that to something else, right? Imagine, I don't know what you could really...
Yeah, what would that be though?
Well, it could be... I think a grenade launcher wouldn't be a bad idea, but it would essentially be the Hurricane. But, like, fucking... I don't know, what's like a slow firing? Maybe, like, corrosive, like sludge pump. I know they released the same updates.
Yeah, I was thinking about the sludge pump. Yeah.
But the sludge pump wouldn't be bad. Just anything with, like, a
it would also work with the Drac
really.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, projectile-based things you could kind of bring it into. But, yeah, like that kind of thing. Just, I don't know,
really
just integrate newer stuff back. Like, just like how they, you know...
Like how the Drac repurposed, like, every minigun mechanic.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, actually, though.
Yeah, and not to mention, you know, Drac, it has the overclock that fucks around with your shield, right? I don't think anything else in the game does that.
It's a pretty awful overclock, but so
I know, it's terrible.
Don't copy it, but, you know,
but, like,
follow that line of thinking.
It's a fact that, like, you know, maybe there's an overclock that interacts with health. Maybe
like
it's a microwave meal for the wave cooker. Just stuff like that. Like Deep Rock and Ghost Ship, it keeps breaking down barriers and adding new things, new layers, and I just need to see them.
They don't
go
even
back
take advantage of the new potential that they're adding into the game.
No, exactly. That's what I'm about. Which is why I do agree that overclocks.
Actually, sorry, well, the blisters, but...
Yeah, I do desire overclocks, because that would be when they would go about reverse engineering the new weapons to the old ones and making the old ones a bit more interesting mechanically. But it's the fact that I think perks are needed. Well, that is pretty. But which is why
I have the opinion that overclocks will actually feel quite needed after perks.
Yeah, no, I do think
you might not feel that, but I feel like the community will feel that. I feel that'll be general. The consensus will shift to overclocks once we get the perks.
Yeah, no, I think once perks are overdone with, overclocks is really the only thing that's reasonable. Like, obviously after like a year, maybe like guns and like maybe if they decide to change their minds, some like traversal or that kind of stuff. But as it stands, the only thing that people really appreciate would be overclocks after perks.
Well, people would appreciate like support traversal tool and support traversal tool overclocks, but you know.
But this is kind of my thing, because obviously like the new weapons, like as mentioned, these things are so they have a mechanic to them. Each single one of them has an interesting mechanic to them, which compared to the previous two gens makes the old ones look kind of whack.
Well,
right? But
you
obviously
could
not like actually,
go through them all and sort of
balance-wise.
point. They're all unique in some way.
Yeah,
Kind
I mean,
of.
fucking
Hold on, there must be something that isn't unique. I think it is the Sabata though, because you think about it, right? Mechanically, there isn't actually anything that makes Sabata unique anymore now that we have the smart rifle. It's just a semi-auto rifle, but also has another mechanic. The Sabata isn't, as a base by default, isn't actually unique in any way. It's pretty funny.
Which I could arguably be its uniqueness,
Yeah, maybe. But it is so bland.
My point is that the new ones, they all have like something. Right? Hurricanes has like guided shots, guided projectiles. Fucking coil gun has terrain break and the radius are outside it.
Well, terrain penetration specifically.
The Drac is like on its base level, probably one of the least interesting of them. Like on its like just the fact that
the
it
Drac
is literally
doesn't actually present a unique mechanic.
EPC plasma,
except that it's
EPC plasma on assault rifle,
well,
right?
yeah,
Which I think is still
that's the way it's
cool,
made.
but...
That's the way it's made technically unique. That it's a projectile/heat-based automatic weapon. That's what makes it technically unique. But it's not a really. It by default doesn't introduce a new mechanic. Yeah, but it utilizes a lot of interesting mechanics. In
and its overclocks start fucking around. Yeah. Then obviously crossbow. I really think it has an alternate fire mode. I'm sorry, but I mean, the crossbow does so much in that regard. Which is why also I think secondaries were a step up even from the primaries.
Yeah.
Sludge
I
pump.
agree because I do think that I 100% agree because I think they're all hits actually personally, and I think that, in my opinion, if I had to say which ones were misses, I would say it's the smart rifle and the Hurricane, or more so misses than any of the other Gen 3 weapons. It's my position.
I mean, the sludge pump it's a I don't know. Yeah, first of all, new fucking type of
it gave it entirely
corrosion
new
stats effect.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I mean, it kind of carries over the non-charge shot, charge shot thing from the EPC with the floppiness of, like, I guess, a grenade launcher, right? But clearly, I mean, the corrosion is then the fucking wave cooker, right?
Oh, yeah, baby.
I mean, it's fucking the way that it actually hits stuff in of itself. Like, it's like weird, fucking
watch the Lazy Maybe
cylindrical
video on that.
thing.
Speaking of which, Lazy Maybe, where are you?
Yeah,
Need you, man.
Obviously, it's I don't know. It just does a lot. Once again, Gen 3. And the low-key automatic lock-on thing. I mean, obviously, we don't really like it that much, but it is still a fact that that's a really new mechanic. And I think the shotgun factor isn't actually the most unique thing in the world, but I would argue that's because the unique mechanic they were going for got shut down during the beta testing.
It did.
Right? The shooting until you're out of ammo thing that was their main kind of use of the gun just got fucking
it does. So it does bring by default the new mechanic that it brings is that it reloads automatically. Or it's a forced, they have a forced reload basically that happens even when you're not using it. So when you stop firing, you can't keep firing. You have to wait for it to recharge. But obviously, it's made. That's the unique mechanic that it adds. But it's also made unique in a couple other ways. Basically, just being a beam with. I don't know. It's the wave cooker and the fact that both of just beams with the recoil.
Which we're at it at the same time in all fairness, so but
they're not
the shotgun
same
factor
weapon.
is a bit lesser, but once again, kind of because people didn't like the mechanic they were going for,
I think the shotgun factor was both a necessity and an inevitability. The laser beam was going to happen one day, and it was going to be in Gen 3. It was going to be when they added the new weapon. So it's just a necessity basically, and they did a pretty good job.
And I won't deny that older weapons aren't interesting. I mean, for fucking breach car, really. I mean, you gotta give it that. And they went for a gimmick on the stubby with its electrocution kind of path.
Yeah, I know it is a gimmick, but it's a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's such a gimmick that it's not actually it's not actually that unique. It's like, it's just electric.
And it's like you could literally. I think every single Gen 1 you could completely sum up with point and click. And that's all they really have to them until Overclocks get involved.
For the most part. Hold on, I'm just thinking about them. No, you're right. The minigun's the only one that's slightly intricate in how it fires.
Point, click, and hold.
Well, but it's got
That's
the
the
spin
minigun.
up and spin down and accuracy charge up mechanic. You know,
But-
some intricacy, some.
Yeah. But obviously that was like Gen 1. They were fucking. It was barely fucking dwarfs at that point when they came up with that
Barely
stuff. So
dwarfs.
it's. Yeah. And then this Gen 2 really just feels like it was Gen 1, but the opposite. That felt like that was their objective with like all of
Yeah,
them.
Gen 2 felt very
Like-
purposeful, you know. Gen 3 felt like, let's just let loose.
Let's just give them guns. What guns do we think they should have? And they were like, flamethrower, yeah. Minigun, yeah.
But Gen 2 was
Fucking
supposed to
shotgun,
be
yeah.
Gen 1, but different. As in, that's how they sort of tried this. They tried to put.
They felt
They tried to make them
ultimate.
consistent,
These
you know,
bugs
class
don't stand a
consistency.
chance against us.
Which is sort of
class consistency,
almost
but also
gave up
like
on Gen 3.
like yeah, like alternate, right? Like obviously very obvious. Flamethrower, quiet, right?
Yeah,
Literally
yeah.
just like what yeah. What's
To be fair though, Tyler, Driller is obviously
Yeah.
it's not the corrosive sludge pump is more mechanically different than actually conceptually different. Because if you think about it, it's meant to be like fantasy archetypes, like some of the main mass effects, but they didn't just want to use like lightning. Corrosion is a pretty
Yeah,
common
no.
one in like fantasy stuff.
Yeah, I know, but it was still like, but they wanted to keep the class thing, but like, because it's the same with like, technically, the cryo cannon, they could have turned it into like a snowball machine, right? It could have been like the fucking Drac,
I
but it
wouldn't have
shoots
minded
snowballs.
that.
Take your sweet
I would have
time,
liked
old
it.
lady. I've got all day.
It wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, but it's just the fact that they didn't go, they didn't do that, right? Because at this point in the game, they weren't. I wouldn't say they weren't going 110%, but they weren't actively trying to do new things constantly and like outdo themselves. They were just trying to set down a foundation of the game. And I think, you know, the cryo cannon, the Thunderhead, which is just the AoE minigun, you know, you got the assault rifle and then you got the marksman rifle, like semi-automatic. Like it's just all screams that. And then honestly, I think they're fucking with the engineer. They just like, oh, we don't have an SMG
alternate
in the
firing
game yet.
modes have been around for since Gen 2, I guess. Yeah. The both the M1000. I mean, would you consider those alternate firing modes?
What,
Actually,
charging?
Charging, yeah, I don't think.
It's not an alternate
compared
firing
to
mode.
like, yeah, not compared to like with crossbow. And the way Overclocks does have that, where you do switch into a different mode. So even though it's in, I like that's less impactful than charge shots, but that's switching fire modes. So there's a difference.
Basically, yeah. The point is that they go so fucking hard on the guns, and the new guns, I wouldn't say have left the old ones in the dust.
They have
Physically, like obviously they're all still fairly balanced gameplay-wise, but mechanically, the old ones, ignoring overclocks, are a bit behind. Like, you know,
but you can also argue that they're not even argue. There is a progression of complexity, though. As you go up,
no,
and
Gen 2
I think that's
is still
fine.
a
I
step
think
up.
that actually makes sense to me. That you would, that's where like, the progression would come from. Not necessarily that they get better as they go on, but they just get more
Boom, baby.
interesting. Which I don't think that's unfair on the old ones, just because they're less. Some people like them to be more boring and straightforward. That can be
Yeah,
that's a subjective positive. Like,
yeah, that's
all the time.
fair. I mean, that's kind of what I want for Overclocks. I want there to be simple ones, but then I want there to be complex ones.
Some things
And I
need
think
some
I
simple
will-
ones.
Yeah, like the Drac, I think went too far.
I knew you were gonna say
too
Drac.
complex. Yeah, I know, you said me on it, but it's too complex.
Yeah, no.
Meanwhile,
What's the
I would
death
argue,
part of the
I mean, the flamethrower is on maybe too boring. Maybe you could use with a more fun Overclock.
I
something
wonder
like
if
that.
anyone had any good ideas for those.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah. I mean, the best you got on flamethrower is fucking sticky flames. And
In terms
I think
of-
that,
in terms
was
of
that
uniqueness.
probably. I doubt that was really even a mechanic when that was like a beginning. That was like when they made Overclocks, they probably made that into a thing.
So you think
because I think they probably realized.
Flames more of a mechanic than it was?
Yeah,
It was still a mechanic.
Yeah, I think the flamethrower always left flames behind, but the sticky fuel actually turned it into a. You can use the flamethrower in something other than point and click. Now
no
you
one
point and click
really
at the
thought
floor.
about it before Overclocks. But I can't even remember, to be honest. Actually, do you remember before Overclocks? Remember that time?
No, I barely remember after Overclocks.
That dark
really
time.
just yeah. But it's just I don't know, because like the gun's like perfect example of this, where it's like a slight increase, but it's gonna go slightly negative again, but like obviously all that carries over to the warnings, right? In that they'd be getting better. The rival warning was a really fucking cool warning that like stepped it up a bit.
Better. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, and they've gotten so good that the new
they're beyond warning. Exactly.
The life rope. Yeah. It's like if they added a gun that I don't know, just wasn't that. Like it was just above and beyond a gun. It's like it's.
You mean basic one with different ammo?
Yeah,
example.
some shit like that.
Something like
yeah.
that. I mean, obviously the graphics
Something-
does, but see, that's a
something
weird
that
thing, isn't it?
leaves-
When you think about it.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, I don't
Yeah,
think it needs to.
But it's still balanced.
I don't think it needs infinite ammo.
I guess, but
I think
it would
need
feel
a lot. It
people
basically
would
needs
fucking
infinite ammo.
riot if they got rid
I know,
of it now.
they're not going to change that now.
So,
I know.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's like if they made a new gun that was like, it was a primary and a secondary at the same time. If they made a gun that was somehow that you only had one gun, but it was like two combined, right? And that would feel,
I mean,
ridiculous.
that would be pretty cool though.
I guess.
If
but
every
then-
class had
but-
one of those.
Yeah, but then they classified as just like primary.
But how? But, okay, so this is going to annoy you when I say this, but in that context, now I want you to stay focused here. In that context, how could they? Because it replaces one of them. The Live Outbreak is adding an objective, not replacing a current objective. There's a bit of a difference here.
Yes, there may be.
I know what you're on to, by the way, but maybe this isn't the
Yeah.
right example.
There may be a third type of I don't know, fucking mobility utility that's both combined, and they're put into utility, but you get both still, something like that. Basically, it's hard to put into words, but it just makes all the other warnings look worse, and it makes this edition feel less like because warnings aren't
It
significant.
doesn't make them feel.
Well, like-
Oh, it does. Feeling less thing
Like-
is a little bit strange because I think I know what you mean, but I don't feel. You don't necessarily mean it negative.
Lift with your
I'm
legs.
sorry, like if I want someone to sit there, and I want them to tell me, I want them to tell me that they they think that the fucking parasite warning
Oh yeah, well,
is
the parasite.
equal to the life-or-phage outbreak
But
warning.
what does that mean?
right?
Like, what do you mean by equal though? Equal in what?
Equal in like volume, quality, anything, fucking any metric. Tell me that they're
Oh,
equal.
the quality's subjective. Not in this case though.
You try to, yeah, like, no, I'm serious. Find a fucking metric where they're the same, except for the fact that they're warnings, right? That's my point. The life-or-phage outbreak is being brought down to the parasite, and the parasite being compared to the fucking life-or-phage outbreak. But they're just not the same. They will never be the same level of content. It's like, I don't know, if some fucking glue sniffing head caved in punk is talking to Einstein, and they're being compared.
Brave mouth
and-
breather.
Yeah, and they're like
A
they're
colossal
being
twerp,
compared,
I might say.
and they get put in the same class, right? That's the thing. Like maybe a fucking top A student sitting next to a solid B student, or like no B, sorry, D student, and they're in the same
Me and you in
class,
school.
right?
Nitro has been withdrawn
Yeah.
and supply
Yeah.
inbound.
I'm not going to say which one's which, but
No.
you can probably guess. But
you?
like fucking,
They'll probably be like, Harry barely says anything, and Tyler's done drawings. So,
Time to
I think Harry's the
restock!
stupid
But no, I don't think anyone assume anyone that draws is smart. Like, it's the point that like
that was self-deprecating,
the
but
thing is,
also
though-
very insulting to a lot of
The thing
people.
is, though, Harry, is our education system is very useful here because you'll notice when we were similar, we were put together. Like in science, we were equally shit at science, right?
Well, you were
so
no, you weren't. You were no, you weren't better. But there was one thing that you got that I didn't.
yeah. The point is, we ended up in the same class, right? Even though it's all supposed to be like results based and everything, right? In science, we were about the same category,
detected.
but in fucking English, I was bottom set. You were like, were you top or second?
I actually wasn't
Like,
top set.
right.
I was second
Funny.
set. Top set sounded
Yeah.
shitload.
Point is that like you and me were never gonna be compared because we were in different environments. So I was never gonna be made to look dumb by you in
Let's just
fucking
go
English
in.
because we weren't in the same class.
Bizarre.
My point is
Yeah.
that this life age outbreak should be in set 2, not in set 4. That's my point, Harry. It should be in its own category, so it's not being compared to any of the warnings, and all the other warnings aren't feeling bad because they got a fucking smart ass in their class that's making them look bad, right?
Well,
it's making
it's-
everyone
it's,
look
it's a
worse
bit like
that they're
no,
in that
it,
class.
what it's like, I think, is if like, the warnings represent all the sciences you would do in school, like in primary school and secondary school, and possibly even A levels, then which can be like physics, chemistry, maths, biology, sports science, psychology, and then Lift Age Outbreak is like aerospace engineering. Because it's just that complex and that specific.
Yeah, it's just it's like you and me got put in like fucking set 4 on like English, right? I look worse because you're in that class and you're fucking nailing everything, and you look worse because you're in that class with all the set 4s. That
This
is
is a cool
what is
anecdote,
happening
actually,
to
that,
life age outbreak.
I can't remember what the type of writing they call it, but you have to do it. It's the type of writing for like writing letters and reviews and things. And we had to do something. This was in GCSE. And I wrote
Yeah,
a
and I
review
didn't
of
have to
Deep
do
Rock.
this because I was in set 4.
I wrote a review of Deep Rock Galactic, and Mr. Fountain, who I guess Mr. Fountain.
Who was recently caught
don't-
kissing a.
Don't. Yeah, well maybe you can. I don't know. It's public news.
I don't
but,
think she was. Yeah, it was on the news. I don't think she was underage.
This is
It's on sixth
interesting, isn't
form.
it? Well, she's legal in England.
Yeah, but it's just that no, but it isn't though because he's a teacher and she's a
Yeah,
student. It
that
is.
makes it. Oh dear. Yeah. But yeah, he thought we didn't think. I didn't necessarily think, but he said, "Did you like copy this
I'm
from
taking
somewhere?"
some of
Like,
the ammo.
No.
Who the fuck do you think's writing a review like for a class about Deep
I
Rock?
think he just thought it was that good.
Reloading.
Yeah, exactly. And imagine that I got set the same fucking work and it would make us both look bad. Well, it made
It's
you
like,
look good, but
it's like when
it'd
we
be
had to
bad that
write
you'd be
about.
lumped in the same with
It's
me.
like when we had to write about like detectives in Mr. Next class.
I call for more. One
Do you remember
Uh,
this? Do you
no.
remember we had to like create your own detective character, and he had Mitchell and Roberto read out their character descriptions.
All right, you're loud.
And Roberto's was pretty complex. It was like, you know, very elaborate, and
Reloading.
All eggs collected.
well worded.
Will be pleased.
Very good, very nice. And then I remember like Mitchell's just so simple that I actually remember it word for word. I don't remember the name, but it was like X is a really good detective who like solves every case he comes across or something. It's like, well done, Mitchell. And then he asked Roberto to read it. It's like, I was on the spot, like, what the fuck is this? Hold on.
Like we got lost in the metaphor.
No, but that was like how I figured out that Mr. Mullet was very nice.
Yeah, he's a right man.
I was on the spot. Why would you do that? Elvis? You monkey. And you,
Yeah, no, he.
and you can probably figure out who Mr. Mullet is.
Well, considering it's technically pronounced like Vanek,
Oh yeah.
Polish.
Yeah. Well,
Literally
that's more
no
information
one
though.
respected that.
You won't say his first
Yeah.
name. I don't even remember.
Literally, like everyone. I don't know his first name.
No,
we all
that's
called him
fine.
Vanek,
I don't
even though
know.
that wasn't even his name, because we all fucking hated him because he was a shit fuck.
But I don't think we need to give full names to people.
As we shouldn't, although it is
No, I
a
don't
note
think we
that
should.
if people were to look up Mr. Fountain, they might be able to
They
find
were
that
to
in his
look
thing
up.
and then know what we
I
were
was about to
describing.
say it because I do know his name. So
Yeah.
Practically eradicated.
Right.
You're still
Point
alive.
is that yeah, basically, I think. Do you understand my point of view now? Did
I
that
don't
analogy
know
actually
anymore.
work? The fact that we're both in set 4, it makes me look bad because you're just so much better than I am, and it makes you look bad because you're in set 4.
I don't know. If I had to go off what my feelings tell me, this only really applies to the parasite.
Yeah, because they are by far. But I don't know, because obviously, yeah, it's
More
not set 3.
doesn't
It's probably like
equal
set
better.
2, realistically. Yeah,
But it's because it's different in a way that is undeniably
I think
significant.
yeah,
The
but like, Harry,
presentation, the implementation, it is different. Like, look at the miners
I
manual.
think-
It's in the mission
I think-
section.
I think what you've got to realize is you're being more cruel, saying that like lithophage outbreak is basically the same or is equally good as the other warnings. Then you are being kind, because the amount of effort they put into this warning, and if it's only equally as good as the other warnings, that is worse, right? I'm just saying it's better than the other fucking
So
warnings.
then you run
It
into the
does
problem
more,
of
it is
okay,
more
they
interesting.
put all this effort into it just to call it a warning.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
could have called it priority task and had it be like
Yeah.
cool, its own symbol on the map, and it's like, oh, what's this?
I swear
Oh.
to God, I've used priority tasks as like a thing before.
Well, I did. Obviously, but
Platform
it
up.
came from.
Yeah, but like, yeah, basically just because then that's putting it in set 1. That's putting it a set above everything else, and like anomalies are down in set 3, and like warnings are set 2, right? And there are varying amounts of intelligence within those sets, but
Platform.
Speaking of
I
very
think if you
intelligent-
manage to pick up on the fucking
subtext.
because I realised that if you actually, because most schools don't work this way, if you have no fucking clue what we're talking about, then fair enough. But if you've got the hang of it, I appreciate you, and I hope you agree with me. And if
My
not,
homie.
then I don't know, try and convince me out of it. I'll probably ban me. I really don't support my ideas much,
Access
at
provided.
least not in text to random people.
Huh?
Like if on the internet someone says that I'm wrong, I'll just take it.
Right.
Like I
won't.
just won't have the balls to fucking support my idea.
I won't
I mean, I'll
take
still
that.
believe it.
I won't let them
because
say
like,
that you're wrong. Don't worry.
that's what like most people thought of me turning this actuals into like the thingies were. They were like, no, this is a bad idea, and I just
I
kind of
got
like,
the
oh. But I still believe it. I just never defended
Hold
it.
on,
No,
what-
yeah, no one
is
liked
it- was
that idea.
Was that its own
I
video?
can't
I
carry
remember
anymore.
That was the second half of the grenade.
Oh my God, it was, wasn't it?
Problem. Yeah. Well, actually, probably at the last third. The other ones were like buffing neurotoxin
You're a good
heals,
human.
but nerfing the axes. Which I think is worth noting. They didn't nerf the
Good
axes.
work. Sending in the drop box.
They
Well,
didn't do it.
okay, I'm gonna have to stop you there. They nerfed the utility slightly.
Okay.
Ready to kill
Alright,
some more.
things take more
crates.
hits in the axis now.
Red sugar.
Example. I don't know actually. I was about to give an example that was like true before.
Drop pod
I think someone
arrived.
pointed out it's
Rules
like
returning to
it was like
LZ.
Emo nuts. These always take 2 axes to
Drop
break.
pod departing in
Yes.
T minus 5 minutes.
But I don't know. They did something. I mean, it's harder to just clear things out.
Do like mushrooms not get instantly dropped.
I don't know. Maybe.
Don't waste your ammunition.
Really gonna. That's really gonna bring it down. Nice.
Hiccup.
Not really hiccup
Lone
though, is
hiccup.
it? So you've always got those.
Yeah, because I don't hiccup.
They do.
Well, if that, yeah.
But
Okay.
it's weird. It doesn't sound like a normal hiccup.
I don't
Substitute,
know.
but it's always there.
Yeah.
Like a.
Well, Mitchell has a thing,
Unstable
brother.
overclock. So you always have.
He,
You have infinite hiccups, but they're weaker.
he doesn't actually burp. Like,
Okay.
Bam!
he's capable of it. He's done it like once a year, but like he probably when a normal person would burp, his throat just gargles, and it's just this is like a like in his throat,
Mutant.
and then it will go.
Well, I mean, I can't burp normally, really.
Yeah,
As in, I have to
really
force it
sound.
out pretty much every time, and I always end up roaring at the same time.
The mule has been successfully retrieved. Make it snappy, team. The drop pod won't hang around
Look, this is
forever.
actually, I was a little bit worried, but this is actually just a really good paint job.
Pesticide!
Good work. We're pulling you back in.
I don't want to actually look at it. No. Ow. You know the one that looked like it would be like a neon nightmare?
Neon Nightmare.
It looked like it would be that. In the past.
Sure, why not?
The neon, like, splatter thing.
Acid spray. Monochromatic
Acid
roll.
wash. Yes.
Oh yeah, acid
Well,
wash.
it's not as neon as it looks. I don't think. Maybe it doesn't look that bad. I don't know. It's got a very nice, like, sort of black base colour.
Well
It
done.
works. Pretty good.
Why is there a military gun skin near the end? I refuse to believe that. Oh, wait, isn't it literally? Hold on.
It does. That icon is not particularly accurate.
What
can
have
tell
you
you that.
seen
Yeah. Icons are not great.
it? There's literally one. What was it? Is it boot camp? I think. Warmonger. It's just green. It's just war
yeah,
color
it's
soldier.
weird. It is different from that, but it's not really the right place. It doesn't feel like there's really much like sort of consideration when it comes to that. They just space things out. I don't think they've actually put much thought into where they are.
No, yeah.
Except
no, I'm
the
not
plague
saying
must be at the
where
end.
It is. It's just. I don't get the urge to add another fucking green gun skin.
I don't get the urge
Like-
on most of the skins, to be honest.
Like, I don't know. It's just. I don't. It's just.
IDK.
I think it's the same as like. I don't want to say this, but like it's a bit like they just.
How happen? How is
they
there
just-
how's another long egg hunt with gold rush and lethal enemies in the glacial strata again? Next rotation. How does that happen? What do you mean by that?
I guess I should probably just join people. Just been parkouring
Newbies.
around for like the last fucking hour.
Yeah, it would have been the last hour. That is correct.
Yeah.
What can I do? I don't want to do the sign that sign mission right now. Do infected zone. My pants are infected zone. This.
Mission selected and
Waffle,
locked
waffle.
in. Time to board the drop pod.
Hello, Gunner. Hello. Very nice. Very good. Well done. I don't know. I like that.
That's great. Oh yeah, that was. I guess we simmered down from that. That was our regular podcast rant
Regularly
about the game.
scheduled. We got it in this week. Don't worry. We got it.
Yeah.
We didn't forget.
But it's something that scares me.
Oh.
There was a guy on the Reddit who,
Oh.
I think I don't actually remember any of the thing. I just remember that he doesn't. Once he reached not diamond, like red rank 3, he is never promoted again. He doesn't promote. He just has all of his characters at max, and he just doesn't promote them, and that scares me.
And that person is not to be trifled with. He's mentally unstable.
Because like he's just playing the game for the. He's not earning anything. There's not even those arbitrary fucking numbers are going up.
Psychopath behaviors.
It is fucking terrifying.
I don't trust that man. He needs to be dealt with.
This is
Yeah.
nice.
Do not approach. Proceed with caution.
Nope, this one.
It's just, I don't know. I guess it's weird that games, and I guess him, just seem to not care about arbitrary, stupid numbers as much as like most people. Like even if it means nothing, I just want to see a number go up whenever I do anything.
I love number go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice. I love number go
Like,
up when I do a thing.
fucking, you know, like that's leveling up in like Halo or some shit, right? Like the thing that you don't do anymore. Like-
Yeah, what's that? What are we talking about? Don't understand.
Yeah.
We literally don't know what that is. Don't fuck with us Halo fans. No one hates Halo.
We
as much
don't
as
have
we
any
do.
content.
Oh, damn. that hit
No,
hard.
you do have content now. The update
we?
saved everything. Well, the thing is obviously the update.
Oh, we do
that
actually.
came
Sorry, we do.
didn't
There
actually-
will be a lot more content.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is that it's not like that anything they added then inherently saved the game. It's just more that
But now
the attitude.
we can do it ourselves.
Yeah, it's just more that the attitude that implies, being that they care more now. They'll just add an update for the sake of giving players content, not inherently to give them a fat fucking ego boost and make everyone love them more. Like, it's
What? Love
Yeah.
them more.
I guess yeah. Or try to make them love them in the
Yeah.
first place.
Yeah. There you go. There you got it.
Yeah.
Balls.
Balls.
Balls. You got balls to trust him. This is pretty good. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like everything about this. Very nice. So,
So
I mean, let's be fair to ourselves. We've gone for about 3 hours, over 3 hours, like just basically not.
yeah, if this was a
Without
normal
silence.
podcast, we would be done. Like, we
Yeah.
just end the video here.
Yeah,
Um,
I do. I might go and have my dinner.
yeah, I might eat something as well.
It's not dinner though. I don't see what you could be eating at this time. That is...
Actually, no, never mind. No, I can't eat dinner because yeah, dinner's on the way. Forgot what time it was, to be honest. I thought it was like midday. I was gonna have some
Whoa.
sandwiches.
Whoa! Oh my god! Even that. This is fucking. All right, I'm about to suck Ghost Ship's dick for a little bit.
You'll mind if I?
So you know how I pointed out that there's the gym jock like hairstyle where it's got the headband, sweatband on the forehead, and it's like paint job, like armor paint job, coordinated. Well, they did the same with the ponytail, with the little band, and it's so small. But it's like
I feel like
like,
they
yes.
did. I feel like it does actually
Yes.
legitimately feel like they listened to us on the cosmetics, though, with the increase in actual legitimate hair to the point where that's basically it's mostly hair,
what?
right? Like,
Hold on, what in this season is 4 colours? It's the first thing. It's the
weird
face
purple
mask.
thing,
The weird purple
the
thing.
weird purple hairband that is so.
Oh yeah, that's
weird.
one of the worst things though. That's one of the worst things ever.
Yeah, it's so terrible that I feel like it's on purpose. Something like that color is never going to be relevant. It makes you have no
Oh,
hair.
there's also
Like,
the
it goes
officer
against
cap. And the
everything
officer
they
cap could have been
clearly
really
learned.
good if it was paint job coordinated. But
Which
it's
one's
still
that
not
one?
bad.
And they're just like black.
Like the Jotaro thing.
Right, and I think that was kind of on
Like a
purpose.
dark blue.
Because that's his color, right? So I think that's, if anything, just reinforcing the
Yeah. So we've got
thing.
that.
I mean,
Got that, and then there's the face mask, the sterile face mask, like the COVID one. And
Yeah,
the
but that's always
sunglasses and
gonna
the
be-
maverick, but it's just like you don't need that to be. So so a couple of them like make sense. Like those two make sense: the sunglasses and the face mask.
Yeah.
And then the other two, well, there's only 2 others. So
But still, I think
pretty
generally,
good.
honestly, the cosmetics this season
Better than
were
last
just-
season.
they were just, and we would agree that they were better than the season before as well. Would
I
we
can't
not?
quite remember. It's like season 1 had boot camp, right? Which is a really good
probably.
It just nailed it. That's one of the most nailed paint jobs. I think. Where it's just like, okay, you got the armors and the paint and the weapons. They look the same. It's just good military, camo. Well done. I mean, season 1 also had the New Vegas style helmet. It was pretty good. Yes.
Yeah.
Season 1 was good. I mean, it was new as well, and it had the Ravager framework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
But
I think
Mil-Spec's
season
good,
2
The frameworks
was my
have been
least
good.
favorite framework.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
agree with that. I think it wasn't bad though. I still like Builder's Choice. Yeah.
But this season, I don't know. I think Mil-Spec, it feels a little irrelevant due to, as mentioned, it uses the square, stable, rectangular format, which Mechacorp uses, which isn't inherently a bad thing since Mechacorp is a DLC thing, so it allows people who don't want to pay to have
this is another reason
cubically
though.
designed.
It's another reason why I wouldn't mind a mil-spec based armor. I mean, it sounds like stupid stuff. Oh, that doesn't sound like it should be DLC. Well, it probably would be. Let's be honest. But the reason why I wouldn't mind it still, so that would be an armor that would specifically go with mil-spec and probably Megacorp too.
Yeah.
Because I don't they look fairly generic, but mil-spec specifically, I don't think it doesn't just go with every armor for me. It's not that simple. I'd like to see that. But they did say something about armors recently. Let's see if I can find it.
Better not be on the Q&A because we'll save that.
Alright, sorry.
That's a bit not foreshadowing. Build
Fortnite.
up. No, not Fortnite.
Fortnite. Fork knife.
I was thinking about it because obviously the
You
My
think
Hero
about Fortnite?
Academia shit is on Fortnite now.
Yeah.
And I was like, if One Piece does get put on there,
But
which
Doom
I
got
don't,
it too.
I don't hope for. Yeah, but it sounds like it could occur. Would I get on it and then buy it? And I think that I wouldn't, because I
think that's
don't
not
play
good.
Fortnite enough.
If you value your own, if you value your integrity.
Yeah, and it's like, although I want to encourage more One Piece in Western games because there is a solid part of me that believes and hopes for a Sea of Thieves One Piece collab.
I honestly, you know
which
what? You know
is
what I
on the
think?
table.
You know what I think? I think it's like Assassin's Creed, where they didn't want to do Assassin's Creed Japan because they thought it was too obvious. They wanted to be cooler than that. Well, it's like, well, now you're blown.
Which they are doing now, by the way.
Yeah, but go to Tsushima exists. Unfortunately.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to beat that.
But it's like Sea of Thieves was like, well, yeah, obviously we'd cross over with One Piece, so we're not going to do it.
Yeah, well, no, I think it's
Fuckheads.
because generally, first of all, it wasn't a game that did crossovers. That was my first thing, which they completely
They have
just
done
defied.
for a while now, though, right?
Yeah, they collabed with Pirates of the Caribbean, which I think is pirate game
that's a
makes
big one.
sense.
So I was going to bring up Gears of War or something, didn't they? But that was just that's just a paint. It's just like.
Yeah, no,
Operation.
those were like ships.
And that's also
that's
Microsoft-owned property as well.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like
But Pirates of the
Caribbean,
Caribbean
big.
was like Disney and pirates and that kind of thing, which basically, because me and Tom played around with a thought, we were like, "How that would be really fucking sick," but it's a thing that we didn't think it was possible, but now it very much is, especially since One Piece is getting bigger by the day, and thanks to Fortnite, which say that we will, it has made collabing with anime stuff a viable business strategy.
Yeah, but has One Piece ever done that? Has One Piece ever had a crossover, going into another game?
Not in another game, but it does crossovers with businesses all the time. Like
You
there's
mean
One Piece
promotional?
Fanta,
I think
there's
it's a
One
little bit
Piece
different.
fucking every One Piece Vans.
That is
I know.
quite different. That's not a
I
crossover.
know it's quite different, but
Mission
it's
is ready.
still
Pod is prepped. Get on board
it's still
to drop
something
pod.
that if either were to get in contact with each other, I assume something would occur. Especially since, and this won't surprise you, but like because Tom does a lot of, or used to do a lot of these, where it's like the Xbox like party finder. I'm not sure what the system's actually called. Group chat, not group chat. Fucking let me have a look. Clubs, like a club request, or like I don't know. Hold on, no, that's not it. Looking for a group, that
Looking
kind of
for
thing.
groups.
Yeah, group posts, stuff like that, where you can be like, hey, join me, we're going to do this. There's a lot of them on Sea of Thieves, and a vast, well, not a vast majority of them, but a very noticeable trend is of One Piece profile pictures, or just names. Like, a lot of people that play Sea of Thieves also like One Piece, which isn't a surprising thing, which also took us too long to piece together, by the way. Like, we were like, why is there so many...
You shouldn't have to piece that together.
I know, but it did, and it was like, why is there so many like One Piece profile pictures? What is with this? Yeah, so there's a market for it as well. Like a lot of the players that play the game fucking love One Piece and would definitely play it more if like shit like that was in there. So basically, that I'm not sure how we started talking about this, but
I have no idea.
Yeah.
What the hell you done? What the hell?
I know I probably brought it up, but I wouldn't have brought it up out of nowhere. Yeah, but that's a passion of mine. Not to mention, fucking Apex made a One Piece reference, which is kind of wild. Yeah, they made Octane into Luffy.
Oh yeah.
You were there for that, yeah. They did a bunch of anime shit. Annoyingly, they made Mirage into Deku, which I think is why we live in the darkest timeline.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, any association with MHAs, bizarre.
Yeah, which is something as well. Like, generally, you know, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, it's like fair enough. Like Fortnite, fair enough that you'd pick those, but My Hero Academia, come on. Like, I'm sorry, it was popular during season 1, but it has only gotten worse and worse and more negatively like viewed since. Like it is not a well-regarded anime anymore, or like manga. Like, not to mention the artist has been like exposed as like drawing kiddie porn and stuff like that.
Wow, that is not a workaround for saying CP. That is not.
No. Point is, yeah, I'm surprised they. I'll be honest with you. I didn't forget we were online, but I forgot that you couldn't say that while online.
That makes much less sense than just forgetting.
Yes. Well, all right. I didn't think about it either. In all fairness,
you didn't think about it at all,
talking.
did you? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Come on.
They totally made the Goo Bombers sacks to look like testicles, right? Like that was a creative decision.
Yeah, but what do you mean? How do they look like testicles though?
They look so much like balls.
Yeah, but they're just balls.
Yeah. Yeah, but they could have been more like actual balls, right? They could have been rotund, round things, like the other stuff. But they are so clearly testicle balls. They are not. They are not a round, artificial ball shape. They are a real testicle oval shape.
I mean, I wish I could disagree.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does...
I successfully changed the topic there.
I mean, not to something good. Not to something nice.
Better than what we were talking about.
Not to something fun and cool. Like, Candy Cane frameworks. No, not frameworks, sorry. Shit, paint job. You could put that.
Yeah,
event.
That's basically what we're gonna get anyway, I imagine. Just normally.
Well, yeah, but we're not though. Oh shit, Tyler!
Well,
someone's on a
weapons.
Kind of someone's on a weapons tier list. Holy fuck! This is bad.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess we'll do that now.
Sick.
We've already got our Saturday video planned.
Oh, I love this. This is fucking hype. Oh yes, S tier. Grenade launcher. Flame
I don't
thrower,
disagree with it. Oh.
Coil gun.
Oh.
Hurricane.
Oh.
Zukov.
He's. Yeah.
Not like there aren't arguments for a couple of those, but I think it's just the overall, and that's it. That's your S tier. Really?
Right. Now I want to hear the bottom tier because.
Oh,
at
then
that
Tyler,
point,
don't worry. The bottom tier is fine. Stubby and Sabata.
That's worse because that means he isn't shitposting.
D tier though. Plasma carbine. In the same
Harry,
tier as the boomstick.
I think you need to be aware of the fact that I think your opinion on the Drac is a minority. A lot of people.
Who the fuck
aren't that
doesn't
big of a
like
fan.
it? How could you
A lot of
dislike
people-
it?
Well, you know about the polls with the fellow YouTuber, right? He does. He did the thing, and the Drac came last.
Yeah, but Tyler, this is weird though. Remember, because of the way that we are with the boomstick, but he put those two are his D tier.
Yeah. So what? He didn't like the boomstick either. That's at D.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's good to know that even with someone with such obscenely poor taste, can also acknowledge the fact that the stubby and the boomstick suck wag. But then again, and Sabata. But then again, it might also mean that we also have terrible taste, and that those are the wrong opinions to have.
C.
So I don't know.
Bulldog.
Right.
EPC. Bolt shark.
I think the issue is right. I mean, we obviously dealt with this issue, but putting primaries and secondaries in the same tier list is kind of scuffed. Because what are you even rating at that point, right?
What about this one?
Like, is it like
Decisions.
good for its type, or like what? Exactly.
What do you want from him?
Also, do you remember what our actual ones were?
No, we're gonna do it again, don't we?
Yeah.
That's why. Let's not even look.
No, we shouldn't.
No, we absolutely shouldn't. In fact, we absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I can generally guess, and by that I mean I do remember what we put at the top.
I don't remember any specific things. I think I remember, actually I remember it was in S. I remember minigun, thunderhead, and crow cannon are in S tier.
Yeah.
Remember that.
That's
gonna change.
I don't remember minigun.
We might have
being
moved the
in S.
minigun down. I think it might have started in S.
Yeah.
So.
I think it was Cryo and Thunderhead.
Because we had to. That was
And
basically
then-
because we had to agree on what S was like the best weapons in the game, and it was like, okay, let's do this. That's changed, by the
Yeah.
way. I don't think the cryo cannon's there anymore. I'll say that much. I don't.
Oh, I mean, this is actually. I mean, well, that we recorded that like mid robots, but we never really gave that big of a shit about robots. Like, I don't think we ever really let that influence our decisions, especially considering I could already assume we treated the flamethrower quite harshly.
Yeah, in this case though, I think the A and B tier are a little bit, but they're fine. B tier got minigun, warthog, cryo cannon, shard diffractor, and the sludge pump. So I mean, I take issue here with minigun, shard diffractor, and sludge pump. I think should.
Well,
definitely
the
be
thing is
above
though,
B.
Harry, is with that kind of S tier, like every other opinion he has is virtually invalid. Like, clearly he has no grasp on the game as a whole. And I do not care if it turns out that he's like a level 3001 fucking million, right?
It's left
I
to
stand
right,
by what I
left to
said.
right, top to bottom of which he uses most often, and which he finds the most satisfying to use. So he's not very. He's not. It's not objective. It's not like I think
So-
he's it's like his favourites. It's like his.
Right. So it's not what he thinks is strongest, this is the ones he prefers the most.
Kind of. I feel
Is
like
it
he's the kind.
both?
I think he's the kind of person who wouldn't have that other opinion. I think he probably just has the ones that he like. Like it's just whether or not he likes them. I mean, that's probably the only way he thinks about it.
Right. Well, I think. Well, the thing is that fucking they kind of coincide most of the time. Like, I don't like the boomstick, I don't like the stubby, I don't like the Sabata because they suck. Like,
Because they suck.
It feels bad to use them, so I'm not going to use them, kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's leave that alone. Oh, there's another one.
Well, yeah.
So it's a very biased weapon tier list. Based only on personal preference. S tier, Thunderhead. Shard Diffractor.
Reasonable.
Fire Cannon.
Maybe reasonable.
Much more reasonable than the last
We,
one.
have we actually have we voted the new ones? Done the secondaries with the new ones?
Huh?
Have we done secondaries
Yes.
with the new ones? We have.
Put them
right?
all in A tier, I think.
Right.
Which I kind of agree with. A tier though here is pretty broad. It's got Flamethrower, Zukov, Drak, Coil Gun, Grenade Launcher, Smart Rifle, Minigun, Bulldog.
A lot of them.
Yeah. There's nothing egregious here,
Which I think
actually.
is fair.
It's because he put the boomstick in D. I think the fact that he's put the Warthog below the boomstick, though, he's got the Warthog in F tier along with the Burt and the Sabata. I think there's something really insulting, that's not right. Wrong, though, about putting the Warthog below the boomstick.
I think you've
And
got
the
to
stubby.
acknowledge the fact that is this a opinion piece or a straight
Yeah,
piece?
he said this is a very biased weapon tier list based only on personal preferences.
Right, yeah. So I think it's pretty clear that he doesn't like really simple weapons. Like, I mean, you could sum up the boomstick to be that, but it's also not much higher.
I mean,
So I think
Tyler,
he's just like,
kind of, but it's S tier is the Thunderhead, Shard Diffractor, and Cryocan. They're not the most complex that you can get.
compared to Sabata. Well, also
Compared to Sabata, Burt, and Warthog, yeah.
Sabata, Burt, and Warthog are literally all just you press the trigger, you do damage.
The
That's it. That's all
trifectas.
it ever is.
Ever.
And
Pretty
the booms,
much. Except Explosive Reload and Electro Minelets and Turret Whip. That's like one thing on each of them.
yeah, which all kind of
Which
suck
is
still.
not a lot.
Well, actually, no, I like Turret Whip.
But Turret Whip is
still.
good. And what do you mean? You said
Yeah,
Explosive
I
Reload
disagree
suck.
with the boomstick, with the Warthog being that far down. But clearly, that's the kind of thing where he just and like, I think that it's the same with the boomstick. Like, it's just that he doesn't like that type of weapon. But boomstick is slightly above because he probably likes special power.
Chris
I
Schaefer
think
says Drak was good because GK was so bad. Now that GK got buffed, Drak is not so good. It hasn't changed a thing. I think that Drak is just as good.
I think there is merit to that for most people, right?
Well,
Because, like,
obviously
people
GK2
that-
got better, but
Yeah, but people that liked the fucking GK, but you know, obviously would appreciated that it just wasn't that good. They would have used the fucking Drak over the thingy.
I think the GK2 is, in my opinion, still arguably weaker. To be honest, might be insane,
I
but
would.
yeah, I don't think
I
don't think
know
it's
enough to
I don't think
start
it's
going into
arguably
I'm on a
stronger.
roll.
I think it's objectively not stronger than Drak. I think they could be argued to be equal now, but potentially. Perfect drip.
Yeah.
I'm going streaming for 3.5 hours. I haven't been to the toilet.
Where?
I know. I really haven't drunk a lot though. I've had like the bottom the bottom quarter of my water bottle. Like that's how much I had when I started. I've drunk less than half of what was there. You've been talking so much.
Hell yeah.
Here we go!
We can't shut up. We can't.
That's
Shut
good.
up.
That's how the stream should be.
I guess. Well, the thing with that though is, does it not ever feel wasted?
No.
It's obviously not in this case, but
No, it's no. I I don't see it that way at all. Because as mentioned, the streams are just videos. They just our way of posting actual content visually. And I feel guilty when we're not talking and the only content is the visuals, which aren't going to be anything more special or less. You get the point than normal.
Like this. Yep. But I don't know.
I need the mule right here, right now.
Maniac.
I just remembered again that Hades 2 got announced. Oh. Well, there's no point though. It's going to be a while. It's not. No, it's not. It's not going to be a very long time, Tyler.
Just now where James is having a fucking child.
Yeah, don't bring that up on the stream.
That may or may not have been the secret that I had.
Was it?
That I couldn't tell you.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you said, "Well, oh my God, you knew about that." Oh wow. That explains why you didn't say anything in the chat.
Yeah, because I already know.
Chris Shaper said, I stopped promoting when I got to level 999. Made another account and just promoted that one to 66, but still have everything. Unlocked them both. Fear me. Lol, I do fear you. Why'd you stop at 999? I just... The hell?
Hooray! Just joined the mission. They were doing meteorite, little meteorite, and they didn't get one.
God, you completely
until I just
took...
got it.
Not even take the wind out myself. I was going to say something, and then you were just like...
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
They've been here.
Don't know. That's the problem.
You talk about comment?
No, there was something else and I completely fucked me up.
Was it in the game?
No.
Is it about
Stand your
Hades?
ground.
Yes.
Give no quarter.
It's not going to be that long. It's not like when Elder Scrolls 6 gets announced and it's like... It's not like that. There was gameplay in the trailer.
Yeah.
Right? I think they announced it because they've
Plus,
been working on it for a
been
while. You know, in the case of some... I know it's like the
imagine.
complete opposite. I know it's the complete opposite, basically, of game announcements, but like, Elder Scrolls 6 is like, they announced that it was going to happen. They probably haven't even... They probably barely started working. I feel like in this case... I feel like in this case, they've been probably been working on Hades 2 for quite a while now. I don't know what else. I don't know
Hades
if
1 probably got...
Yeah, I don't know if Supergiant's been doing anything else. Or have done anything else. So, no.
Donkey.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah, no, it probably won't be long. And it'll just be long if you can only play it on Xbox.
Well... Oh, I don't know how the early access will
this,
work. 'Cause
longest shower
I just
ever.
don't know.
Feel
But
like
I'll probably
I
get it
Griffin
on
dunk
my
in every single
laptop. You
crevice.
know, a laptop. You know, it can run Bloom's Tower Defense. What do you think's more demanding, Tyler? Or the King or Hades?
Hades. I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
they're probably
probably.
both not that bad. Like actually, like
No,
running
Tyler.
due to.
So with For the King, it's like if it's not on the lowest graphic settings, it's pretty bad. But it's like amazing when I. As in, if it's anything but the lowest, it's really choppy and framey. But if everything's on set to low, then it's like amazing, really weird.
Right.
But I don't want to change the graphics of Hades. I don't want to make the graphics of Hades worse.
Well, Hades is at least like 2D, kind of.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I think it.
Actually, no, it
is.
ain't, is it? It's like 3D actually in the game. Like, it's 3D models.
It is actually 3D models, yeah.
No, while I stick with Hades.
God,
So I took it off
there's
the
so
thing.
many like, there's just so much subconscious desire
Room
for the smart
incoming.
rifle.
Get through
It's
it
being
fast. We're on a tight schedule
completely
here.
different. Obviously, that's the rocket rifle, but I mean, like, just be a semi-auto rifle. Really wouldn't.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want. more. I mean, this because technically the Loki is a burst rifle, right? Like
Technically a burst SMG. And when you're not using the lock on, it's just a semi-auto rifle, which is really the burst. You can't call it an SMG when it's got rifle in the name. Like, let's go to start there. It's not right. But then it's like it's just not good.
Plasma deployed.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's sad.
It does
that
feel slightly
the
scuffed
scene
to me. I know people like it, but I do think the
have
smart
a
rifle
miss
was one of the most
when you're, like,
scuffed
main
weapons.
character, but
In a lot of ways.
I don't know. I feel like, well, think about it though, Harry. It then really leaves kind of like engineers primaries. What the fuck do you really have? Like, it leaves Warthog being the only option. That kind of feels rough, right? Like, and you don't even like one of his secondaries. Why the fuck do you play engineer, Harry?
I mean, Tyler, when we started, I picked him and it was like an grenade launcher we already had. He even has overclocks.
Good news, team.
I didn't use a secondary compound. I didn't know what that was. I thought I was gay.
So you're just still playing him because you started
have to.
playing him.
The stuff I like on him is new. Actually, well, because I don't like smart rifle that much.
Don't let smart rifle.
The smart rifle, my relationship with the smart rifle is actually really difficult. I like execution. Actually, that's where and I like using explosive chemical rounds if I'm using a shard diffractor with a lot of ammo. Like this. How did that go so wrong? Time. Sometimes I'm like, I promise myself, just like, you know what, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna find something I really, really love on like a smart rifle or a grenade launcher. Never happens.
Flamethrower.
Flamethrower. I've got good build for the flamethrower.
Is it just compact mags and the range one?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That actually like, is the case. Like mentally, I'm like, oh, the flamethrower, and then I think about compact mags and the. Actually, not entirely fond of the range one. In all fairness, but like I don't hate it. I don't think it's bad. I just really got used to compact mags because I realized that's that's like what I used for like my entire fucking legendary.
I'm gonna say some shit. The smart rifle's overclock selection. The smart rifle's overclock selection is sucky wucky dicky bucky.
Isn't it all just like if you lock on 3 times then?
No, none of them do that. There's a couple. It's like, hold on.
What about explosive chemical rounds?
Oh yeah, that does do that. But it's all like it's either that, which is like very specific, or executioner, which is also very specific, and then it's all just stuff that doesn't actually do anything. Like, oh, seeker round for Neuro Lasso. It's like, oh, great.
Neuro Lasso is literally the worst overclock in the entire game. We did do the overclock video in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which it wasn't 3 hours long somehow.
We did actually do the cleans because we're not talentless hacks.
All right. No, I agree, actually.
It wasn't a direct jab to anyone in particular.
Yeah, it was. It was direct jab at Actus Chronos, a talentless hack. I'm joking. It's cool, but that's sort of where it came from. It's like he in his overclock tier list, he didn't do the cleans. He just sort of he didn't. It's just like I don't know how. I don't think I agree with that. Like on principle, we want to do them. We did. I don't think it's entirely. Like, I think there's some No, there's no merit to actually.
Obviously, only a
I
couple
think that is poor judgment. I do just disagree with that fundamentally, and that's fine.
Only a couple of the cleans are really going to be worth talking about. I think that's the thing. You think for video reasons, like, you know, you only really want to be talking about the ones that are either going to be really good or really bad. And most cleans are end up going to be middling, and you really want to keep that down to a minimum, right? Which is why he didn't do it. Especially since he's not really fond of making videos super long, unlike a certain other YouTube channel.
Who? Us. That's us, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like Snow Fate, but yeah,
does
sure.
he?
I don't know, doesn't he? He's like the 40-minute one, right?
Yeah, 40 minutes. No more, no less.
Amateur hour, 40 minutes.
Amateur hour. Ooh. Tyler. I wonder if I can set Praetorian on fire. Yeah. I wonder if I can set Praetorian on fire. If I take clean sweep with both area damage mods. This is a terrible, terrible idea. But let's do it.
I like how these guys are on like a gold rush, yet they just haven't mined any of the gold. And I don't care because I'm just doing it for a mission. But like at the end, this driller is just really trying to mine like the last bit, like at the end, it's like next to the fucking thing, and they're like, "Nah, it's getting the fucking thing." Pod. Yes, rock and the stone. And I realised I forgot to rock and stone.
Yes.
I was distracted.
Hades 2 reveal trailer. 16 hours ago. 1 million views.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, they really haven't done anything. If you go to the Supergiant Games YouTube channel, it's like Hades 2 reveal trailer. Then 8 months ago, it's like a lesson on how to play the Lament of Orpheus. And it's like a 5-minute video on delving into Greek myth. And then the third video before the Hades 2 trailer is Hades available now on Xbox and PlayStation.
They really just get down to, oh, fuck's sake. There's what a fucking escort do, and an egg hunt, and then a fucking industrial sabotage. Ugh.
I mean, I sort of envisaged like a really cool like Norse mythology based game in the style of Hades.
Yeah,
and it would be called.
Although
Magnus,
Norse mythology,
you play as just like a Viking warrior, who's not actually like a god or anything.
Wait, that's the thing. Isn't what existence is God of War? Like, what canon is it?
It's our own canon. It blends like all mythologies together. No, it doesn't blend them together. They just all exist.
Right.
And it started with what the original?
Well, it's Greek, isn't it?
Greek,
he's Ares,
but now
isn't
it's
he? God of War.
He's not Ares.
Did he kills Ares?
Yeah,
at the end, does it?
Yeah, I think so. And then he moves on to Norse now. People think that the next game is probably going to be another one, if nothing else. And I don't play them, but someone sort of mentioned Egyptian. Just like, yeah, that's pretty cool, because it's just like when you've done like Norse and Greek are obviously the biggest in pop culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you get like Egyptian.
Egyptian is probably third, right? When it comes to Hinduism sort of blurs the line between being like more of like a world religion and like a popular mythology. You know, there's.
I guess, yeah.
But like no one's like Norse mythology isn't anyone's religion. But you got Norse mythology and the Roman/Greek. You can sort of put them together if you want. And then the Egyptian is probably just behind. Like, Egyptian is far behind those two, I think. But I think it is the one. It's third place, I think, still. But it's quite far behind. But like a lot of people know like Anubis and like Ra and things. And then also there's Japanese and Chinese mythology. But Egyptian's pretty cool. That would be cool to see. Kratos in the desert. Make a lot of sense. What a wonderful world. I can say though, at Hades 2, it seems like it will be about like the Titans, in some capacity. They were just like constantly
like Kronos.
Yeah, Kronos will be like the main villain. It seems that's the whole point, killing Kronos.
I think Kronos is Hades' father, so I guess he's just working up the father chain.
Yeah, Kronos is also like the king of the Titans, I think. And
Yeah, who Zeus kills, and then claims.
No, they
the
imprison
throne.
him. I think.
No, he kills him. Zeus kills Kronos.
Well, I guess not in Hades. Yes.
No, probably not.
My,
no, yeah,
my
the-
knowledge
the-
of Greek
the
mythology is
gods
based
killed
on
all of the
Hades and Clash of the
Titans.
Titans.
My knowledge of that is random bits of lore and record of Ragnarok.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, is that actually accurate?
Once again, seriously, dude, I know you will love it. Like, and it's not that long either. Literally, just gods versus humans. It's fucking awesome. Don't watch the Netflix thing though. Just read it.
I haven't. Yeah, but I haven't caught. I mean, I haven't read One Punch Man in quite a while now.
That's good because there hasn't been a chapter in quite a while.
There
now.
has.
Well, there is one coming out on the 15th. I saw a
Yeah,
thing.
but there's been quite a few. Maybe not. No, there have been because there's been quite a few. It's been like 10 since I haven't read it.
Oh.
So yeah, Smeglord, get out of here. Oh, all right. This is over.
Drop pod has cleared warm up.
I need
Time
to stop.
get towards team.
I'm hungry.
All right.
I'm tired. I'm not tired really.
That's the fun thing about streaming. You basically just kind of stop existing for a while. Although obviously actual like proper streamers they learn how to balance the two, but we ain't them. We ain't them. And thanks for watching this About Vision podcast as well, live.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Are you gonna number it as a podcast?
Yes, because it can use the topic and the thumbnail from this week. It's pretty in there.
Okay.
I say, like the first 2.5 hours, it could have been considered just as on topic as the podcasts normally are.
Yeah.
Possibly even more. So it's fine. I will. I think I'll indicate in some way. See, you'll know. It will say it was streamed. You'll get into it and see that it's a live stream. But I'll still probably slap a badge on it or something that says live. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just like live in the Barrel Vision podcast, just like in caps at the beginning of everything. Like you write the normal title and then you just slap a capital live at the beginning of it.
My favourite letter. Live. Capital live.
Shush.
I mean, I don't know if the oven's still on, but I know that the guys want me to a pizza while the oven's on, but it's probably off by now.
All right, yeah, Pizza Friday.
Pizza Friday! Woo! Pizza time!
So video stream's over?
Not yet. If it's a podcast. Thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed
I don't
this,
think this will be a regular thing.
no, it will be. We're doing this every time.
It really just comes down to the issue that first of all, the podcast is normally just us talking, but this will have like the game audio in it, so it'll be a bit more that, and we'll actually spend time talking about the game if we were to do this more. I don't think we really did this time around much, but there's also the fact that
well, we've actually spent more time not playing together than actually playing together.
I guess, yeah. Well, we spent 2 hours together.
A little bit less in game. It was like a 50-minute mission than a 45-minute mission.
Right, yeah, and I got fucking nothing from both of them.
That's actually an hour and 35 minutes.
Yeah. So I don't remember where I was going with it, but yeah, there's pros and cons, and there's a fact that for some reason live streams just do worse, and for some reason I'm pretty sure they just get pushed less. Like you don't get live streams or VODs in your like recommended videos, right? That's not really a thing.
No, it'll be on your subscription feed.
Yeah, like obviously, like everyone that's watching it is probably gonna watch it especially if it is labelled as a podcast. But
Well,
it is a fact
I
that
could
it will
actually,
do worse
Tyler,
than
I
normal
might
podcasts.
be able to upload it as a proper video.
Maybe.
So there's something you can do in the editing, where you can if you change something,
You fucking.
if you change something, then you can upload it as like an actual video. And I guess maybe I'll cut out like to a certain point, maybe from the beginning, probably. We'll see. Until then, this has been a live Baron
A
Vision
very confusing
broadcast.
video.
Yeah, probably. If you enjoyed what you heard today, please consider supporting us on our Patreon at... wait, hold on. I started doing the Snark
Oh,
Tank
yeah.
outro. I started doing...
Right. We're gonna
If
be
you-
having Patreons.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this,
Although
please,
if we do, we do.
if you enjoyed this, please be sure to Rock and Stone, and by Rock and Stone, I of course mean like and Rock and Stone subscribing.
Yeah. And maybe one day Harry will cure his rock and stone. What's it? Tourette's.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, what are you talking
Can't
about?
stop saying rock and stone, can you? Just every. I imagine at some point that will happen, right? Someone with Tourette's will play the game, and they will get a tick that makes them say rock and stone. Because I don't know how Tourette's works.
No, you don't.
But like, if like, well, because normally they just like swear a lot, don't they? But like, if you were to just like change
That's
up,
not actually that common. That's just the most like that's just what you see because it's funny.
I guess.
As in they go on a lot of. You've probably seen it on like some kind of dating show, haven't you? Right?
I don't really watch dating shows, to be honest with you, Harry. But like,
Your mum.
yeah, social media or stuff. I
Yeah,
don't watch
because,
TV with my
yeah,
mum.
because no one with like a really debilitating tick, where they like hit themselves in the balls, which can happen, is going to be like publicising it. So that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. They'll go on the Reddit or something. But like, I imagine like having a constant like rock and stone, rock and stone, rock and stone. That would be like enough to like create a tick if they have Tourette's. And I think that would be sad and very funny at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I probably know more. I mean, I realised that I'm actually a bigot. And we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there.
All right. For next time, thank you all for watching.
Thank
I
you,
joked
everyone.
that ending out on like